Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. All right. Let me do my greeting. Hello everyone, it's your favorite programming error that just refused to be fixed code here. And today, funny little game that you all know, it's DDLC time. Rob is already here. I was talking to him earlier in chat. And once again dropping a quote on me. I noticed that quote and I think if I had to place that quote, I would say it's from Cult of the Lamb. Probably from Cult of the Lamb. That's where I would place that. I sense DLC, I always sense DLC. That's very fair, that's very fair. And you already know that today we're gonna be playing the next episode. Had a feeling. Alright, but that quote, I wouldn't be able to place those quotes. Well then, let's jump right in. So, last time we left off, we played episodes 1 and 2. So now we're playing episodes 3 and 4, most likely today. So that should be fun. Do gay? Well then again, with me thirsting for Zhongli, I guess I do that sometimes. Stay for very long, I will stay for some time, so not gonna stall, that is very fair. So we got the season 1 episodes 1 through 6. We played 1 and 2, so it's time for episode 3, and I'm curious to see what we'll experience this time around. No use stalling, after all, this is gonna take a while to get through. So let's go. MC has a nasty nightmare, Natsuki tries being popular, Monika wants to talk, Sayori wants to know what to do about her feelings for MC. So yeah, that is episode 3. Alright then, let's start the episode. Oh wow, immediately with the distorted music. Well, ain't that lovely? Took a liking to this mod? I think I took a liking to this mod. It seems pretty fun so far. Time to wake up. It's the day of the festival. This is the nightmare, isn't it? The nightmare about losing Sayori all over again. I quickly jump out of bed and get dressed. I need to do all I can to make the festival a success. I owe it to all my fellow literature club members. While I'm brushing my teeth, I remember that I'll need a copy of the poem I picked from the internet. Hopefully no one will notice it's copied. I'll just tell them after the festival is over. If we make it that far. Ooh, we never made it that far. Mario, hello! Maddie Hex does hi, hello, hi. The Dong Festival? No Dong here. Also, thanks for the lurk. Welcome, anyway, welcome to everyone. We just got started on episode 3, so, you didn't miss anything yet. I'm assuming we're currently in a dream sequence. What a weird thought. I must have some pretty severe stage fright. I just have this nagging feeling that something awful is going to happen today. I don't know exactly why. Nah, that's super negative. I can't have an attitude like that. I need to be on my A game. I quickly print out a copy of the poem and start reading it as I walk out the door. Not sure, same. Wow. Okay. A lot of unsure things going on, huh? Nobody sure about anything? Sayori's late, as usual. I'll just send her a text. Hey doofus, get up, I'm waiting. No response. Weird. Usually she says something. She's probably still a little out of sorts after her confession yesterday. I'll just wait a bit. No! It's late, I need to go. Yeah, but, I mean, that's fair. You gotta get all the sleep you need. That is totally reasonable. Just, yeah, stay however long you can, but no need to overdo it. I'll just wait a bit. Odd. It's the day of the festival. She's dead. Yup. The line, it's the day of the festival, confirms that she's dead. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. Sayori is dead? I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event... Hi, MC! Okay. This is new. This is not supposed to happen. It's the day of the festival. It's the day of the festival. You're supposed to be dead. Sayori... Hi, Code. Wait, what do you call me? Just saying hi, Code. Oh, I was wondering if you were ever going to come out. Oh my god, because the text box... Because in this mod, the main character is just referred to as MC. We, the player, are still Code. I, as the player, am still Code. But the main character has just been referred to as MC. This is throwing things all out of whack. Now he has my name again.
Of course I am, silly. You didn't think I'd miss the festival, did you?
No, I guess not. Did you see my text?
Yeah, I did, but I was in a rush getting ready.
I'll bet you were, you silly sleepyhead. Oh, you. Like about yesterday?
No need to worry about that now. We can talk about that soon.
Well, that's a heavy blush. If you blush so extremely that your eyes just disappear. It's the serious shit. That you... Yet. I'm gonna take a... I swear to school. Oh! I mean, you pack all the... You pack whatever you want as your lunch. Honestly. If you want rice, go rice. What?
Oh, that reminds me. I have something to show you.
What is it?
It's inside. Come on in, I'll show you.
Okay then. But we're almost late for the festival as it is.
Oh, it'll only take a minute. Come on up.
Okay, I guess we're going back. So it goes up to her room, stops me outside her bedroom.
Okay, now wait here for just a second.
I will wait, but if you take too long, I'm gonna gently open the door. She goes in and closes the door. I hear some rustling noises. Don't you dare hang yourself and tell me that's what you want to show me. What are you doing in there? Now he's called MC again. Now he's called MC again.
It's not very gentlemanly to ask a lady what she's doing in her bedroom, you know? But if you must know, I'm changing.
What? Why are you changing? We need to go to school. You need a uniform for that. You said this would only take a second. Changing into her bedroom clothes so she can hang herself as...
It will. It's just a very special outfit. I promise you won't forget it once you see it.
Oh, I'm sure we won't forget what you look like when we see you. What does that mean?
Okay, count to 15 and then come in.
You're a sussy baka and your sister.
Okay then. Also, how dare you call me a sussy baka? You know, hang yourself to it properly. Wow. Alright, but there better be a pretty good explanation for all of this. I'm nervous. Same. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Can't hang yourself properly, then time would cause more trouble. Then. Yeah, no, not hang yourself properly, then you know, when someone is getting hung, merciful way to go out is that the initial drop snaps your neck and you die. If your neck doesn't get snapped by the initial drop, then you're gonna slowly suffocate to death, which is far worse of a way to go. I mean, I can assume that the MC is trying to help, but I don't know. This... Okay, now that's going to... We called it. Sorry I'm late, we're having a flash of light. You're having a... What the hell? Well, Debbie, first of all, you arrived at just the right time, and second of all... If you're having a flash flood, are you sure you should be here? And not worrying about some other stuff? Now what's the big deal? She was really, hey, come on in, I'm gonna quickly change clothes, now count to 15 while I hang myself. She really just did that. She really did that. What the fuck? Also, I'm disappointed at the lack of I gently opened the door. Just a normal flood, but still. Oh, Sid, hi, hello. Hey. I know I dipped a bit early on this stream. How was the rest of your stream? Hope it went well. Sid, you came at a perfect time. Watch as I hit return. We're here again. What the hell? It was all good. Also, thank you so much for the resub. 16-month streak. Seriously, thank you. I appreciate it so much. But yeah, she's just hanging around, you know. But this is arguably even worse than what happened in the original. Because she was like, hey, come with me. I'm gonna show you something. Went into a room, told us to count to 15. We count to 15, opened the door, and she hung herself in that time. What the hell? Indeed. What the hell indeed? New speed on 100% hang record? Yeah. 15 seconds is all she needs, apparently. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? This one actually is a nightmare. It has to be. Man, 15 seconds, talented individual. Very talented. Very, very. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this.
Yes, I would.
That's impossible.
This is definitely something I would do.
How? How? Okay, zombie or ghost, which one is it? Where's this nightmare going? Can't even say she had practice. I mean, if she remembers after the game reset, then she could have practice. Sayori is alive? She fell from the ceiling somehow. She casually unloops the noose from around her neck.
So what do you think? Pretty cool, huh?
Cool is not what I would describe that as. Definitely not. Also, I don't like how you're smiling, but also crying. I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't... Based. This is not what I would consider based. I gotta do a similar trick someday. You sure? You sure about that? That was terrible. What kind of fucked up practical joke? And how do you change your clothes again? What the fuck?
Oh, it's not a joke. And I think you know. MC?
MC? What are you talking about? I'm Code.
No, you aren't. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Let me see the real you. There you are.
Sayori? Okay, we're getting into some real deep shit again. Jesus activities should we make a new religion based on Sayori? You could make a religion out of this. You're absolutely right. I tried to stop this, but I couldn't somehow.
No, you didn't stop it.
But you're alive, that's all that matters. You're alive.
OMC, you goof. You don't understand, do you? Here, I'll show you.
I refuse. I refuse. I know you want me to click that option. I know you want me to click that option. But what if I just don't? What if I just don't? What if I just refuse to keep this up? Why would I? Hello? Dev is not serious priority. It's not. MC Mac Cheese. Yes. We're officially called Mac Cheese. I don't know, man. Nothing beats the fourth wall break of the original game. Nothing can top that for me. That is very fair. That was... yeah. That is hard to top. I don't even remember this choice. Well, can you really consider this to be your choice right now? Also, Keith, hi, hello. Should we do a vote, guys? What option should we pick? What option do we pick here, guys? I don't know. Now I'm hungry. What an interesting time to get hungry. Can always Alt F4. I could. But... choose safe, that is a good idea. We'll just do this. Boom. Let your best friend die. Well... Keith has made an interesting decision here. What is now? Yeah, it... I mean, I saved, but I don't think saving literally saves her. I've seen so many people pick let your best friend die. Yeah, I think we should pick let your best friend die instead. Alright, Keith. Yeah, I understand. If it's your choice, then that's what we're doing. Yeah. Casually move the mouse to the choice. I'm pressing it. I'm pressing it right now, okay? I'm doing it. If it then can't walk normal. How is that a thumbs up? How badly does it hurt? I hope it's not too bad. I hope everything's kind of fine.
I'm not alive. I actually managed to snap my neck correctly this time. The 15 seconds was just to make sure I had time to hide it if I screwed up. You know how clumsy I can be. What? But I did it! I'm dead! And it's your fault!
I don't like where this is going. You know, she gained experience. Not the kind of experience you should gain, though. But...
it's your fault! You could have stopped this, but you didn't. If you had done things differently, I wouldn't have ended up like this. Your fault?
No. Please don't be dead.
Too late. How did you put it? Oh, that's right.
No. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back.
Or something like that.
But how are you talking to me? What do you mean that you snapped your neck this time? How could you speak to me with a rope around your neck?
Never mind that, silly. The important part is my short life was filled constantly with horrible suffering, and you didn't stop it. And then I killed myself because of you, and you didn't stop that either.
This is not the good shit. Love her lifeless eyes, a good artist worked on this. Gotta love the extra attention to detail with the extra sprites and everything. The lifeless eyes, the smile crying, the everything. Experience everything in life, and apparently in death too.
You didn't stop it even though you were my best friend. And now you get to live with that forever. Yay! Yeah!
Ugh! MC pants breathlessly for a moment in a cold sweat. No. No more. I just want to sleep. Just let me sleep. MC's cell phone flashes. Who could that be at this late at night?
Are you okay? I have the distinct feeling that you're not okay.
Gee, what gave you that idea?
Anya.
We do appreciate Anya. Man, can't wait for part 2 of Spy Family. That's gonna be hype. When's it coming out? Not soon enough, apparently. Code, yeah, MC, yeah, that'd be what happened. Yeah, I'm fine. Just a nightmare. Thanks for checking, though.
Okay, I'll let you sleep. Sorry if I woke you up.
Your Monica? Indeed. My Monica. It's my Monica. Nobody else's Monica. This one is mine. It's fine. You didn't. Night, Moni.
Good night.
I wish Monica would just let us deal sometimes and not freak out about everything. Okay. Time to try sleeping pills, I think. MC goes downstairs, then returns and goes into bed. Guessing everyone wants to see Season 2, but we still have to finish Season 1. But so far, I'd be down for Season 2 as well. I'd like to see the third when it comes out. Yeah, I'll wait until the entire collection is out, though. Because Season 3 has already started, and I don't want to join in the middle of it. I want to wait until it's fully out and then experience all of it at once. And then for future seasons, we might do it as the episodes come out, if there's gonna be even more. 1 week afterward, in the present, I like bacon. Bacon is good. Very good. Season 3 is close to an end? Well, damn. Maybe by the time we're done with Season 1 and 2, Season 3 will be finished. Who knows? Happen in this year. Okay.
So, why not just tell him? Natsuki asked me that too. And? Because I don't want to. It's just not the right thing to do. There's more to it than that, isn't there? Yeah, I just... Oh, hey, MC.
Hey, guys. What brings you out this way, Monica?
She asked if she could check up on you before school because you seemed out of it recently. And she's kind of right, you know. You've looked kind of down recently. And I can tell you haven't been getting enough sleep.
It's no big deal. Just constant nightmares, you know, about you dying. It's just that I've been staying up too late because I want to study and play video games. Monica stares skeptically at MC. And also, I've had some bad dreams. I guess I should watch what I eat before I go to bed.
Yes, you should. You're always eating junk food late at night.
I have seen you literally eat a whole package of cookies for dinner. Called out. Called out. Love is a drug that I quit. No doctor could. Bro, you good? I hope you're good. Are you or anyone else elsewhere? Cheese causes nightmares? I guess cheese causes nightmares. Well, I should know with my lactose intolerant ass that would not be good for me as, you know, dinner. Yet I don't care. On multiple occasions.
That's different. I'm not the one having bad dreams. In any event, you look pretty well today, MC. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I see it as part of my responsibility as club president. Now, shall we get going? I need to get there early so I can hide Natsuki's manga on the top shelf before classes start. She was right! You'd do it just to inconvenience her. Monica, how could you?
Man, I'm already losing my voice, I think. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. She's just kidding, Sayori. Let's get going. Taco Bell for dinner? I mean, as long as you can handle it and don't think you're gonna have bad dreams. No evidence to show cheese causes nightmares, but it keeps us British from eating all the cheese. Ah, I see. So it was a strategic move to spread that misinformation. I see. It'd be a cute combo. Ah, I'll take that. Plus it matches with the green. If you were eligible, you'd be on life. I mean, that is kind of what would happen. Anyway, let's get going. Natsuki is applying makeup.
Okay, cheekbones and blending.
Man, fuck blending. Makeup would be like 5 times more fun if you didn't have to blend. And if you could wear cool, weird colors without people freaking out. I should just wear a silver lipstick one day and see what happens. Probably a bad idea, but put that one off for a non-school day maybe. The bathroom door is open and a group of chatty girls walks in. Nazi quickly hides in one of the stalls. That sounds like fuck blending. Maybe it is, for all we know. Also, calling it now, she's applying makeup to hide bruises on her face because her dad punched her. That's my guess. Her dad punched her, she's trying to hide the bruises, so she's applying makeup. Oh my god. What a self-entitled princess. I know, right? Seriously, who just assumes that just because flowers are around, it must be for them? I mean, I've met some stuck-up bitches, but Tsuya is something else. This drama is still consuming this school, and these girls have got it completely wrong. Yori said he saw Akio give the flowers to Tsuya, and Yori never lies. But Mia's been telling everyone that Akio gave the flowers to her and that Tsuya's making it up because she's jealous. But I bet Mia knows that Akio really was trying to give the flowers to Tsuya. She's exactly the kind of girl who would cover for her lying, cheating boyfriend to save face for herself. Those two deserve each other. And poor Tsuya, everyone thinks she's a bad guy now. I should tell them the truth. Should she? Dad punched her? No, her dad. D-A-D. Not sure, if Dad could punch her, that would happen too. Because... Damn it, Mario! Why? I can't handle this! Pink whole face. Just dip yourself in a bucket of paint. Scream for 7 minutes in agony as your enzymes... Goes out of stall. Ladies, listen up! Kind of... Yeah, just... And when chatting suddenly stall, listen up! I've got something to tell you. Alright. But I'm not one of the popular girls. No one cares what I think. They probably just laugh at me or worse. This is cowardly. What am I even afraid of? This isn't even real. These girls are even less real than I am. They don't even have .chr files. Who gives a crap what any of them think? Okay, get your shit together, let's do this. You know what I heard? Oh shit, it's Suki-tan. We didn't know you were here, short fry. Yeah, we had to look down first. Natsuki ignores them and continues on. I talked to Yori, and he said he saw Akio give the flowers to Tsuya. So I think Mia knows exactly what happened, and she just wants to cover and pretend everything's fine. What? That's crazy. Oh my god, we have to tell Tosh. Tsuya's going to be so pissed. She probably already is. The girls leave the bathroom chattering to themselves. Half makeup done. Yeah, who needs that? Hey, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, Natsuki, let's go. Step up your game. Or at least, it wasn't this time because I had good gossip. Now, where was I? Oh, right, blending. And there we go. Let's have a look. Not bad. Hey there, boys. Look out. It's popular girl Natsuki, high school heartbreaker. Ah... There she be, confident Natsuki. Just perfection. 100 times around its axis after dice. Ah, yeah, you mean like chicken because, you know, of fire. Yeah. I've heard that one. So because you hang a ceiling fan, wow. Heartbreaker, alrighty. Alpha bitch in charge. Hide your boyfriends, because... Oh, hey Matt. Hi Mia. I was Just leaving?
Huh? What's with her? So, what you eating?
Oh, rice and salmon as always, although I made myself a little salad this time.
Don't you get tired of the same thing?
Well, sometimes I suppose. It's just comforting to be able to look forward to a meal you know you like. Of course, it's also nice to try new things, but there's always the risk that you won't like it. And for school days, I just want to make sure I have a pleasant lunch experience. A bad lunch can ruin your day. It's much too risky. And what are you having for lunch today, Sayori?
Today I'm having one sophisticated meal. Much more than mere candy. It's a special dish that I refer to as fane, or fane.
Does that stand for French fries and nothing else?
Why would you think that?
Because I can see you hiding them behind your back.
Also, look at her face. Is that smug Sayori? Is that smug Sayori? Hello? Can't say I've seen that before. Seafood diet. I see food, I eat it. That is also fair. Rice. I sense rice. Smuggery.
You should really eat healthy, Sayori. All the junk food will be bad for you eventually.
So, Yuri, let's talk. Let's rap.
Well,
Let's have a real heart-to-heart.
Rap, you say? Where's boyfriend? BF, get over here. Sayori's up for a rap battle. This is happening again. It's Doki Doki Takeover all over again.
You and me. Friend to friend. Woman to woman.
what about you? What about?
Well, a couple things actually. I want to get one thing out of the way first. Do you remember when you started walking with me and MC sometimes last week?
Yeah.
Oh, Friday Night Funkin'? Yeah, Friday Night Funkin'.
Well, I've been dealing with a lot of weird feelings over the past week. At first I wasn't sure what it was, but I felt something kinda new, and I wasn't sure if I should talk with you about it. But then I decided that I have to, because we're friends. And I thought maybe this feeling would have less power if I just got it out there with you.
What is it, Sayori?
Well, it's just that,
It's safe to tell me.
I felt something like anger, but different. It was really raw and irrational, I think. I think it was jealousy. Part of me was really afraid that when you were joking around with MC, you wanted to see him away from me or something. Which is silly, because it's not like he's mine anyway. But I wanted to tell you because you're my friend, and I don't want my weird feelings to come between us. So hopefully now that you know, you'll understand if...
Sayori, I understand. In a way, this is a really positive development, I think. It means that you were considering your own feelings instead of what I or MC would think. Which can be a problem if you carry it to excess, but I don't think that's what you're doing. I'm really glad you were aware of how you felt about something important to you. You know, he is yours in whatever way that means to you, and I would never take him away from you.
I need the doctors. Wow. Of course. Would be weird if that was directed at that comment was directed at me suddenly after you just complimented me earlier. Would be a weird like turnabout.
In any sense, he's my friend, so are you, but you guys are best friends. I will never interfere with that. Or whatever else you may become.
Sayori! She knows your feelings. Oh, you're so sweet. She is so sweet. And Sayori's getting embarrassed. CodeErr. In a way, what's the difference between creation and birth? As long as something or someone is sentient, the creation process it's just the birthing of a being. In fact, don't you say that if you mess something up, it can birth errors? So, you know.
Yeah, so about that, there was another thing I wanted to talk about. Let's say hypothetically that I like MC and haven't told him so since before the festival. And let's also say that I'm pretty convinced that telling him will ruin everything. But also hypothetically, two other friends who may or may not be members of the literature club may have told me I should tell him. What hypothetically would be your opinion in such a situation?
Well, hypothetically.
Again, this is purely hypothetical. Nothing strange going on. My phone is dying. Help. Rip, use your charger. That would be the logical conclusion.
It's hard to say. But I'm probably not the best person to ask. I don't have a lot of experience or knowledge in this area. But I would say that you should do what makes you happy. And what really makes you happy, not just avoidant behaviors that have to do with your depression. At the same time though, you have to be careful because there are also MC's feelings to consider. He's probably still kind of traumatized from the last time anything like this happened, so if you do tell him, you'll have to be very cautious about doing so because his last memory.
Well, damn. Also, I'm seeing a lot of new expressions right now. Kind of digging it.
So Yuri, I'm sorry, I started rambling again, and I've upset you.
No, Yuri, it's okay.
More importantly, I wasn't answering your question. I would say tell him. Just be careful and considerate about how you do so.
Hey, hi guys.
Hello, Natsuki. What brings you up to the roof?
I wanted to tell you guys something. I'm popular now.
Oh no, she's become a popular girl. And again, I dig that look on her face. Charger. Bye and bye, I guess. Hello, popular. I'm wrong. Damn it! Of course, that one was coming.
Oh, do tell.
In a minute. First, you guys were discussing boys. I can sense it from a distance. Dish.
Is that one of your pals now, as a popular girl?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you think she'll remember Sayori, where she's going? Will she remember her old uncool friends from the literature club fondly once she ascends to her golden throne?
She will if we still have snack.
Yes, all you need is snack. Could rearrange the alphabet. I put you and I together. Ah, again, all these pickup lines. What's going on right now? Anyway, bye Mario. I'll see you around.
Damn right. But yeah, Natsuki, we were just discussing my MC question. And? Well, first she explained how it's kinda complicated. Damn it, Yuri, we need to make this happen at all costs?
Don't worry, I told him yes eventually.
Good. Okay, gotta run. I have a popular girl thing I've gotta do.
Oh, wait, was she serious about that?
Popular girl Natsuki on her way to break some hearts. Let's go. Monica's practicing the piano in the school's but she's interrupted by a freshman practicing trombone. Practicing piano in the school's primary music practice room next to the band room. But she's interrupted by a freshman practicing trombone scales. And she looks very happy about that. Got one. I don't play Genshin Impact. That is a great pickup line. You don't gotta worry about how money. Then again, I have yet to invest, so in my case, you really wouldn't have to worry about money in that department. I would never just take someone else's money for Genshin because I don't even take my own. No. No.
Oh, hello, Code.
Monica speaks in a low, hushed tone.
Kind of crowded in here during breaks. That's why I usually try to get my practice near the end of the day.
The trombone player glances quizzically at Monica.
Hang on.
Practice room now per bad displaying character sprites. Loading.
There we go.
Okay, I guess we're out of there. Gone. Disappeared. Nobody will ever know. Back Wi-Fi keeps breaking down. I hate the internet issues. I know your pain. I know your pain all too well. We're in space. Yes, we're back in space.
There we go. I don't come here often, but it is reasonably quiet. Oh, I forgot to bring my old table. It's probably a little less creepy for you if I stay in a normal talking distance, though. Unless you'd prefer the old arrangement. Just let me know.
I mean, we don't get to see this all too often, right? We don't get to see her close-up sprites as much as the regular ones, so... But you have to consider, we have seen some new sprite work. But on the other hand, it's Monica, and she do be pretty amazing. A better sound than the rain. I'll tell you what, the best weather, like when you're inside, is when it's raining, preferably a bit windy too. Like the combo of rain and somewhat slightly stronger wind, that is the sound you want to hear. Oh, you know what? Maybe she has new close-up sprites. We have seen new sprites, some new character sprites when they're further away, but maybe she has new close-up sprites too. Didn't even consider that. So I guess we'll do this one. Definitely. I mean, that was my preference anyway, but you've convinced me.
Give me just a sec while I arrange that.
Oh no, it's happened again. Someone is blushing so hard that their eyes disappeared. Object table.
Nearly ready. There we are.
Yes, she's back. She's back. Cat purring, scrawling, screaming apparently. What if fur allergy? I wouldn't care about allergies. I'd suffer through them without a problem as long as I could pet cat. Petting cat is all I could want. But yeah, cat purr is definitely amazing. Yeah, that doesn't look new yet. Maybe she has some new expressions, though. We'll see. We'll see if she has new expressions. She might still have new ones.
There we are. I didn't startle you, did I? It's so wonderful to be so close to you like this, if you don't mind my saying so. I mean, I can't really feel you close to me, but I know that you perceive me as being closer, and that makes me feel closer to you by proxy. Maybe that's kind of silly, but it's how I feel. There's only one thing missing. It's kind of quiet in here.
Yeah, get some BGM in here again, please.
I could call something from the soundtrack, I think, if you like. What do you want to hear?
This room's ambience, normal club music, your poem theme, something fun and up-tempo. Surprise me. You know what, Monica? The choice is yours.
I think I can manage that. Here's something I've been working on. That feels much less uncomfortably silent.
I agree.
Be one thing if we could hear each other's voices. But out there it gets a little too quiet in here. Anyway, I hope you've been well since I last saw you. I hope you haven't been too freaked out by all our ongoing drama. If you and your friends found out the entire universe was a simulation, you might have similar problems, you know. Although maybe you wouldn't react as poorly to it as I did.
Maybe.
Not to freak you out or anything, but it's entirely possible, you know. You being a simulation, that is. I mean, aren't there certain things about even your universe that make you suspicious? Like, for instance, the speed of light is this completely arbitrary constant, as are a lot of the natural constants. And you can't know both the positions and momentum of literally anything simultaneously, which would save processing power. And speaking of processing power, quantum physics is extremely suspicious in my opinion.
Oh, don't you start talking to me about quantum physics. Oh, is it a you? Hi. These proxy if you use. Damn it. Yeah, proxy. Gotta check.
Something could be both true and not true until you directly observe it. That almost seems like a speculative execution. Is it wrong for me to almost hope that you are in a simulation? Then we'd have something really important in common. It's sort of romantic in a really messed up way. Hopefully the idea of being a simulation doesn't distress you as much as it did me.
Why would it distress me?
And kind of still does. This kind of reminds me of the ending to the Matrix movies. If you've never seen those, which I highly doubt, then it's basically about a guy finding out that sapient AI enslaved almost all of humanity, and then the AI imprisoned humanity and is constantly running world simulation to try and keep them contained. And the guy is one of the few humans who is out of the simulation trying to free everyone. After the first movie, the series kind of went off the rails in my opinion, especially given the ending.
Also, Gabe, hi, hello, welcome. How are you on this lovely day? We're just talking about Matrix right now, apparently. Before we brought up quantum physics. In Isekai and IRL, if you have enough force, you can do nearly anything. Well, yeah. We have enough force. Simulation we could have... Yeah, if we are in a simulation, and she's in a simulation, like, if we live in a simulation, then every game would just basically be a different level of simulation. So... maybe there would be a possibility to, like, get those to interact, those different layers, as long as we are in a simulation, which you never know. Basis of constant quantum physics, then diverged into the Matrix, fell off. Alpha's right, yeah.
I always thought that, what if the guy found out the whole thing is a lie, and it turns out that the machines lost the war after all, and the humans are keeping the machines imprisoned in a simulation, and their simulation is to think that they're actually the ones running the simulation. It's kind of confusing, but it presents a really interesting moral choice for the main character. Since he's been fighting to free the people from simulations, should he free the machines, thus ending his own existence, and potentially endangering the real humans 2 simulation levels up, or should he maintain the status quo and keep the simulation chain intact? Anyway, sorry for getting off on a tangent. I just tend to think a lot about simulations and what they mean for how someone should lead their life, for obvious reasons. Sometimes I wonder if I got really good at coding, maybe I could turn this place into some kind of paradise, or at least add a few zeros to everyone's bank accounts.
Add a few zeros to my bank account, please, I would appreciate that.
I'd have to be really confident before I tried that sort of thing. Even trying to change basic stuff nearly broke everything when I was first starting. A few of us in the club have been trying to learn by practicing on safe assets. We would practice on a local copy of our own game, since that would be more relevant to our needs, but we're not sure what would happen. Plus, we're worried that we'd inflict suffering on all the monikers, the Yoris, Nalskis, Yuris, and MCs in our copies of the game. We think we might have found a way to just put all the sprites and other assets out without the whole Sapiens thing, but we're still working on that. So Yuri, and especially Yuri, are really excited to practice modding our own game once we figure out how to do so safely. But I'm a little more hesitant. The idea just kind of weirds me out. Hopefully you can understand why. Anyway, I'm rambling again. I should probably get back. That subroutine I left running in the practice room shouldn't be left alone for too long. It basically creates an automated non-sapient clone copy of me that's convenient for situations like this where I want to talk to you, or about sensitive topics, without seeming schizophrenic. My little program can emulate the behavior of anyone with a .chr file for a little while, but if you leave it too long, it goes off the rails. Plus, reintegrating the clone experiences into your consciousness and memory gets weirder the longer it runs. But it was nice to spend time with you. I'll see you in the club later, I hope.
And we're out of here. Back to regularly scheduled programming. Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, there we go.
Oh, I'm back. Good. Nothing weird happened while I was gone. Okay, the room is empty. Why don't I play your song? If you don't mind listening to a whole song right now, that is. It'll only take a few minutes. I only know too well enough to play for you.
Well, we know your reality. Missed my message? Hang on. Might play DDLC again on Wednesday. No, I read that. I didn't read it out loud. But yeah, I'm looking forward, you know. DDLC could be fun, DDLC is fun most of the time, in my opinion. Is a good game. Really good game. Base of quantum physics was developed by a German. You should be proud. Maybe I should be proud. But I don't understand anything. Well, we know your reality. Let's hear another song. I'm curious.
Oh, I'd be happy to show you my new song. Although, honestly, I probably should have learned this long ago. It's very basic. I'm not sure you're allowed to call yourself a piano player until you can play this. Okay, here we go.
Of course. Gotta appreciate some classics here, huh? So, piano. Really is it weak? Well, imagine being able to compose your own original song before learning the classics. Your reality remix and that. We need remixes, yes. Pussy. What? Someone say something? No? Okay. She's staring into my soul right now. And she's smiling. Something? What's something? Referring to what? I'm sorry, my short-term memory is apparently bad. Also, I just noticed you can see like a different block of the school. I'm assuming that might just be might just be regular buildings outside of the school, or it might be a different building of the school of the campus. I'm assuming, by the way it looks, it's a different building of the campus. Probably. Because of the way the windows are structured, you know? And we've seen the clubroom windows, it kind of lines up in a way. Serious expression, okay. Somebody say something? No. I don't talk. I'm mute. Actually, I could mute myself right now. Nah. Closing her eyes, is that for Elise? It's easy enough to play with your eyes open. And closed apparently for her too. Well. I wonder how many buildings the school has, by the way. Open? Open. And when eyes open equals harder, yes. Man, you know what? Eyes open is truly harder. Like, if I play FNF again, for example, I gotta close my eyes, makes it so much easier to play, right? 0 I'm a go because school. Yeah, very reasonable. Very reasonable.
So, what do you think? I've always thought the song was really pretty. It's a Beethoven piece called Feliz. I wonder who Elise was. Probably just
What are?
I'm late for club again. I'll see you over there.
Well, I guess we're going over there. Monica's late again. Much easier with eyes closed. How the with my eyes closed? Did you? Absolutely, probably. I totally believe you. Do you think she's still practicing piano these days?
She is. I can hear her singing in the practice room a lot when I pass by. Since the festival, she's been talking about how important music has been to her. Something about it being her only divertisement.
Her only what?
That's what she said. I heard it very distinctly.
Sayori, are you sure that's what she said?
Definitely. I remember her exact words. She said,
Sayori clears her throat and breaks out her Monica impression.
just about my only divertisement in these trying times. have no idea what it means, but it seems super important.
Well, apparently she really needs some male divers to tease her. Yeah, okay. Does anyone know any male divers that'd be down to tease a fictional character? So it feels weird, but it works. Kind of, apparently, but you mess up a little bit sometimes. Just as we've always suspected, obviously. You gotta become divers. Okay, let's become divers. I don't really see what her lack of diverman has to do with the piano, though. But Sayori's account did seem like something Monica would say somehow. And do you know something about this, Yuri?
I'm not saying anything.
What is it you're not saying anything about?
Okay, I'm just gonna say this, MC has the most normal smile out of everyone. And on the complete other side of the screen, right up there, Yuri is giving the creeper smile. What the fuck? Earlier the song was... He's a child prodigy. Translation from manuscript to publishing somehow was lost. Ah, I see. Oh, that sucks. Yuri crazy smile, let's go!
Well, this is ominous. What exactly were you guys doing before I came in? We were just about to pick the next name to see who gets to decide our club activity today. At first we waited for you, but you were so late, so I was getting them going on your behalf. Natsuki,
Yes, ma'am.
throw the next name in the box. The Vice President of the Literature Club commands it.
Getting serious. You've got it, Madam Vice President.
But I'm the president.
Are you prepared to countermand the Vice President's orders? This was the next item on the club's agenda, after all. A good leader knows when to delegate. And overruling Sayori would be completely unjust, Monica. Sword on Chief. As the Vice President, she has authority. She can use the invisible sword of destiny. But make your decision, the Literature Club awaits its fate. I have no idea what's happening.
The decision of the Vice President will stand. Go ahead, Natsuki.
MC? Hey, I won.
So, what are we doing today, MC?
Well, I actually put some thoughts into it in case I won. And I thought maybe we could try to tell a collaborative story. You know, like someone starts with a sentence or two, then another person tells the next sentence, and so on. And you have to work together to tell a good one.
That's a fantastic that's a fantastic idea, MC. Who wants to start?
Well, I'm going to write down our story as we go if no one objects. I'd like to preserve it.
Oh, I'll go first then. And then we'll go clockwise, I guess. Okay, here it goes. I was sitting in my office getting acquainted with my old friend Jack. Jack's not the most talkative guy in the world, but he's a smooth kind of fella. The only problem is it's pretty easy to have too much of old Jack Daniels in your life. Suddenly, as I was just about to show Jack the door, in walks a dame with legs up to here. And eyes that said... Okay, Yuri, your turn. Once upon a time, long, very long. Yuri, it's...
Eyes that said who? They spoke of a great lingering lost, deep wells of memory for a love long over, like the faintest traces of a scar over smiling lips.
Yuri, it's... yeah.
But that was not why she was here. In an instant, I could quite nearly skim the book of her life. Her lost love, an embittered period. Gradually she had become cold, until at last she lost herself in another world, becoming something new, immersing herself in something frightening to distract herself from the pain. And now here she was, in over her head. At last, due to her reckless abandon, she had to be, or she wouldn't have come to my office. Unable to extract herself from the problems of a newfound world, the world of...
Yuri looks expectantly at MC. MC thinks for a moment. Competitive deep sea diving. Are you familiar with it? She asked me in a knowing tone. Everyone smiling, Monica raising the eyebrow. Jesus. Stop teasing me with those screams unless you're a deep sea diver. Fuck your comfy stream. Here's a scream. I mean, it's fair. You're diving. Of course I am, I responded. And it was no lie. I'm no professional, of course. Private investigation is how I make my dough. But nearly everyone here in Diverton knows at least a little about the local trade. It was a cutthroat business. Getting on the wrong side of the wrong people could get you roughed up, murdered, or even teased. We're actually doing this, huh? This lady really was in over her head. Could scream at least 3 times in a row. Why would you do that, though? The more you scream, the more it loses its effect. Boo! She said, "My name is Lisa Rengo. I'm looking for someone to figure out who's been trying to off me by cutting my lines prior to dives." Easily done, I said, for the right price. 4,500 up front, and another 10 Gs once you find the party responsible. Another bonus 10 Gs if you make it sufficiently unpleasant for them, she said. I didn't know who this dame was, but that was serious money she was throwing around. Someone big must have been backing her. I don't do dirty work like that, I said, but I'll find the chumps that have been cutting your lines. The only lead from you that I'll need is... Your turn, Sayori. Jeez, Undertale? We got the Undertale currency. Also Neon, hi, hello. Welcome. You know any male divers who'd be willing to tease people? I'm sorry, we got a new inside joke now. This is gonna be an inside joke on the channel, we'll make sure of it. Those deep sea divers and the way they tease people. I heard the cliche to York.
The only little I need from you is your cut rig, I said. Here it is, she said, throwing it onto the table with a thud. It was a pretty standard rig. Nothing out of the ordinary about it except for the cut rubber line. The line was cut subtly, just below where it would connect with the tank. This was the work of a pro. So our suspect was a diver, or at least someone with plenty of diving knowledge. And that's when I saw it. Suddenly it all clicked. I had solved the case. I turned to the dame. You've got my 4,500 up front? She laid it down on the table, cold hard cash. I stashed it in my pocket. Okay, I said. Now the 10 Gs for solving the case. What? How could you have possibly solved the case already, she asked. It's simple, the culprit was... Go, Monica.
Here comes the real part of the story. Let's get this. Come on. We need divers to tease people, specifically male divers. I'll be here for the whole stream because I'm really tired. That's fair. Again, if you're tired, get all the sleep you need. Gotta be healthy here.
The culprit was you. That's ridiculous, she shouted. That was simple enough. The cut was subtle, Miss Rengo. So subtle that maybe you shouldn't have noticed it until it was in the water. But what really gave it away was that the cut was the shape of the letters MB. Now I happen to know that your biggest competitor is one Megan Bradley. And I also know you're smart enough to figure that out yourself. So since you've already seen this cut, you should have the case solved yourself. So why come to me? You've already got a primary suspect and you could just march this down to the police case closed. The growing front of the dame's face told me all I needed to know about the accuracy of my guess. You came to me because the police do fingerprinting and all sorts of other inconvenient forensic testing that would reveal the truth, I said. So you came to me, hoping I would rough up or implicate your rival for you. All of the reward, none of the risk. And if worse came to worse, you could always pin your sloppy frame up on the incompetent gumshoe. Although I sincerely hope you wouldn't have let it come to that. Without another word, she took her rig, turned on her heel, and strode out of my office. I patted the crisp cash in my pocket, took out my receivable book, and wrote Rango 10K in it. After all, she'd be back. Her kind always is. In the meantime, I could get reacquainted with my old buddy Jack. The end. That was fun!
Monica Go. Now on Nintendo Switch. Gotta play some Monica Go. Most powerful gang leader, Go Monica, yes.
Sure was a great idea, MC. Although I was sort of confused by the diving swerve. And also it seemed like the story ended kind of early. It did kind of, huh? I guess we'll have to use the time that's left until Poems for Free activity time. Sure, why not? Although something tells me that maybe this was Sayori's plan all along.
Hey Yuri, if you want, why don't you and Sayori come and check out this manga I picked up? I think you guys might like it.
If you must, Natsuki. But if you're going to make me read a manga, you're going to owe me an activity after this.
Oh, there's this sprite again. There is this sprite again. We've seen this sprite before in another mod, and it just, the way her arm looks, it's just so weird. It doesn't feel right. It just doesn't line up correctly. You see it too. I said it before. The way Yuri looks in the sprite. I'ma go now. See you. Alright, Rob. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you around for the next stream, probably, so you can get that streak. Arm too short, yeah. There's a missing knife. Also true, we need the knife. Fine, come on.
So, MC, you look like you've been getting enough sleep finally. Did the nightmares finally go away?
No. Well, I don't think so. I keep waking up feeling upset and scared a lot, but I am sleeping through the night. Although I'm having to use sleeping pills to do that a lot of the time. And anyway, I don't remember the content of the nightmares anymore, which is nice. I never really remember dreams very often, come to think of it. Got that streak. Rob do got that streak. So having those really vivid, memorable nightmares constantly was pretty exhausting.
I could tell. Listen, MC, I know that maybe I'm not the person you most want to talk to about it, but if you ever want to talk about what's distressing you, I'm here, okay?
I appreciate that, Monica. I think I'm okay for now. And how are you?
I'm okay for the most part. Just still grappling with the fundamentally flawed nature of the universe. You know how it is.
Well, I'm here for you too if you ever need to talk about it. Although I guess I'm probably not the best choice for you either.
Why wouldn't you be?
Well, I was there for all of it, you know. I saw everything that happened, and everything that you said, you sort of said to me, you know. Or at least you said it to my face. I mean, I get that you weren't exactly talking to me, but if I were you, I'd probably feel at least a little weird talking about it to me. But I want you to know that I get it. And if you want to talk about it, I wouldn't judge you for anything that happened. Not that I'm saying I'm perfectly cool with everything that happened, but I understand and I wouldn't judge. Even all the mushy, heartfelt stuff you said that wasn't meant for me.
That's really sweet, MC.
Well, I was halfway for a VIP. Ooh, saving up for the big stuff, huh? But once you get there, you have a choice to make. Get that VIP badge? Or wait until I do some kind of special stream and end it early. Though then again, I don't know why anyone would do that. It's an option, but I really don't understand why people would want to do it.
I'm glad you don't hold it against me for talking to someone else through you. I might take you up on the offer of support time.
Natsuki's awkwardly trying to show both Yuri and Sayori the pages of the manga volume she's holding. She's flipping through the pages rapidly, seemingly to provide a plot synopsis rather than a comprehensive reading. Here's the first volume of Death Note! So now this girl is a crime victim who saw her family get murdered and the murderer got away with it. But Light killed him with the Death Note, so now she's a fanatic for him.
That kind of attitude has always annoyed me. I could never understand anyone who could be gratified by someone's death. It doesn't matter if they've hurt me or even hurt someone I love, but it just seems so terrible to wish death on someone or to be happy or excited by the prospect of it.
More values, and then I can spam punch while streamer versus chat. I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. Both you and Rob would be able to spam all you want. Which is worrying. Yeah, she eventually has to face up to what she's done in another volume. I think she...
Natsuki, you're spoiling it!
I guess I am. I guess I'm a little overexcited to share this with you guys.
I'm so glad you showed us this, Natsuki, but now I'm gonna want to read more and I won't be able to until next time.
Don't worry, I took care of that. With a loud thunk, Natsuki slams down 2 additional copies of the first volume onto the desk. One for each of you.
Natsuki, wasn't this expensive?
Well, yeah, a little. But I was so excited to share this with you guys, especially after Yuri said she might be interested in the anime. The manga is way better, so I had to try to get you in on the ground floor. You're not usually into manga, I know, but I think you'll like this. Anyway, consider this a way of thanking you for being such cool friends. And also a sneaky way of getting Yuri to read manga.
You give this very much a success as far as that's concerned. I have to admit, for once I'm fairly intrigued by the plot of this manga. It doesn't seem like the usual, really predictable, silly stories that I usually associate with the medium.
Thank you, Natsuki. I'm going to read all of this tonight and then I'll be able to impress everyone with my deep lore knowledge.
Oh, she's in it for the lore!
Okay, everyone, let's get poems going so we can actually go home while it's the light out this week. The theme for this week was nature. So, Yuri, do you want to start this week? Sure, I'll go.
Cloak. You can see across the street. It's a beautiful foggy day. I like it when the sun's tucked away. Still there, but safely stowed. You can look right at the sun then. The light blends with the air. The clouds drift through your hair. You walk, waking through a dreamy mist. What you knew is covered in a sheet. Walk 10 steps and everything's new. Lose yourself in a murky dew, but keep your feet on the road. Until the sun comes out again, and near goes back to far. The light gets in everywhere, and there's nowhere to hide then. Hey, that's just a theory, a Sayori theory, yes.
But hey, that's just a theory, a Sayori theory. Thanks for watching. I take it you wrote this yesterday? No, actually. I did revise a couple lines after walking through the fog yesterday, but I wrote it last Thursday. I've always loved the fog. It was just incidental that yesterday was super foggy. There's just something about it that's so cozy.
True. Fog is super cozy. Fog, rain. Rain is more so cozy when you're inside, but fog is always cozy. Both inside and outside. Doesn't matter where you are.
You get to wrap yourself up in it. And you're sort of insulated from the world. It's kind of like the comfortable feeling when you're in a locked room in a house with no one else in it. Only for outside.
The ending of this one makes me feel a little uncomfortable. I like the feeling of the fog being there, but it's weird to think of the sun as being this creepy watching presence. I love this poem. I love the imagery of it. The line about the light blending with the air was great. And about how near becomes far. I understood exactly what was going on. It was super pretty.
Yes, good poetry gets across complex or abstract ideas using simple, understandable language or metaphors. And really good poetry does that in a memorable, artistic way. I guess that can be Monica's writing tip of the day. Sayori's poem does this really well as usual. Instead of saying something bland, long and explanatory like, and then you can see a long way again, near becoming far states that the same thing memorably and simply.
I'm finding myself trying to interpret the meaning of the sun in this poem. It seems to be safe, or at least contained when it's blended with fog, but when the fog goes away it becomes vaguely sinister. I'll have to think about why. But first I'll do my poem if that's okay.
Mr. Kitty? What? Metaphors are great things. They use existing knowledge to help us understand new knowledge. Basically, yeah. Alright. Now this is gonna be a bit harder to read. Lesser Lord? No. I have to admit, Yuri's handwriting is probably the hardest to read in DDLC. Cursive. A singer and sifter am I sing and the world hears. I sift and devour worlds. Mighty and loving am I, greatest of all that grows. My children thrive in my care. Bogus bit. Sorry. Bleeding and silent am I, cut open to be devoured. My song lost in the noise. Hidden and safe am I stay low in the deeps, and will keep company with the other singers.
This is a little different for you, Yuri. It's much shorter than usual and very rhythmic. It almost kind of sounds like a riddle.
And what's the answer to the riddle? I've got a few guesses, but I'm not really sure.
I was kind of hoping to leave it uninterpreted, but I'll tell once everyone's had a chance to guess.
Well, my best guess is trees. That will explain the devouring world, since trees eat dirt, sort of. And they're also the greatest of all that grows, and they stay safe in the deeps of their roots. I'm not sure I get the bit about singing, though.
That's actually a very good guess, but no, it's not trees.
I think it has to be about whales. It goes along with that comment someone made a while back about Yuri's poem being ponderous and underwater feeling. Plus, whales sort of fit everything that's going on here.
It is about whales. Whales fill me with awe. They're so large and strong, but so kind and graceful. They're so wonderful. Natsuki, do you look like you want to go next?
Okay, here's mine. I was in a weird mood when I wrote this one, so don't judge it too harshly. Frondiness? Walk through a forest with me. Walking through a forest is like swimming in the sea. You have to push through it, and it pushes back on you. Look up at the leaves with me. Through the cracks in the canopy, the sun reaches in to warm us. And all around you the sound of the wind blends with the chatter of cicadas. Bah. Imagine failing reading a poem, and the plants caress us lightly as we pass. They trace our ankles as we pick up our feet. The vines kiss our cheeks as we duck under a tree, brushing a smile on us as they fall past. Frondiness.
There's something about this one that feels strange. It's tingly. The poem kind of invades your personal space, but in a good way. It's kind of like a bunch of plants are tickling you. That seems right. Definitely engages a different part of the brain than I'm used to for poems.
I'd like to think about this poem a little more and digest it before I talk about it.
Hang on. Voicing, hard, voice, dead. Maybe, not quite, we'll see.
It's a very interesting one.
Okay then, who's next? Looks like that's my cue to go.
A reminder. Oh, and there's an official hydrate. Okay, time to chuck some more. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. The extra hydration always helps. You can never hydrate enough when trying to read a visual novel. A reminder. Stay further and further from VIP to keep you healthy. Don't worry about me. If push comes to shove, I hydrate myself. A reminder. Inside is a pleasant illusion, always comfortable, always warm. Step outside and remind yourself, your control goes only so far. Face the icy wind, it's not even trying. It doesn't know you're there, but its power fills you. Gasping, the cold air rushes in. Your body, shocked, comes exhilaratingly awake. Your face starts to sting, and you smile. Stand with your back to the wind and close your eyes. Let the force of a whole planet flow around you and gently push you forward. Your arms drift and sway, your illusions shattered. You are back in the world. Okay, Monica, I see what you're trying to do, but you're not getting me to go outside and touch grass. I'm sorry. It's not happening. You idle yourself? No. You only eat, drink, sleep, and chat for a bit. Ah, okay. Okay, that's...
A certain kind of feeling I like, but I don't really know how to explain. Like saying it's a cold day and your hands are freezing, so you go and run some really hot water and put your hands under it. I always shudder and get a little bit giddy when I do that. There's something about going from one extreme feeling to the other that's pretty intense.
Well, that's, you know, the whole sauna thing. I think it was this spring? Yeah, it was early spring, I think. Maybe not early spring, but definitely during spring when it was still pretty cold outside, where I would go to the sauna somewhat frequently, and then I would sit in the sauna, extreme heat, step outside, ice cold wind, then wait a little bit, and then back into a sauna. And that back and forth went on a while then. Yeah, that from going from one extreme to another, that does give you a certain rush, I have to admit. I have to admit that. Literal 0 to 100, basically.
And when I walk outside on a really cold windy day, it's like going from the peak of civilized comforts to immediately being subjected to nature's fury. It really drives home the power of the natural world.
You're very tactile today. It's often natural for people to describe what they can see or hear. But I like how we're exploring the sense of touch today. Natsuki's poem talked about this sensual brush of leaves. And now that I've thought about it, I can really say that what was interesting to me about Natsuki's poem was the way it made you feel like you were being caringly touched. Monica's poem, on the other hand, was about the power of the wind pushing against you, which is a very different kind of tactile feeling. It's been very interesting. I very much enjoy having poems explore the more neglected senses.
Well then, I guess that's a good spot for me to jump in and do my poem. Like the outside hot tub when it's snowing. An outside hot tub when it's snowing. Well, that seems like an interesting thing. Okay. Grass stains. I remember when I was young, I knew the feel the grass left on your skin when you had played in it and stained your knees green. It was a happy, tickly itch, I think. It let you know you had fun when you washed it off after a long day. But I don't remember now. It's been so long since I stained my knees with grass. Does that happen when you grow up? Again, game, stop trying to tell me to go outside and touch grass. It's not happening. I'm not gonna go outside and touch grass. I refuse. It's not in my nature.
I dig it. It's got a really nostalgic aesthetic to it. Like, it reminds me of times when I was a kid that don't seem like they were that long ago. But at the same time, the poem is right. I am kind of forgetting what all that was like. What a trip.
I never really played outside much when I was younger. Sometimes it feels like I was born old.
Oh, Yuri, there's a lot of fun in playing outside. You get to feel the sunshine and get your heart pounding.
Can you feel the sunshine? Maybe. Who knows? Want to go to an onsen one day, but quite a lot of them don't allow people with tattoos in. Skin-colored sleeves though, so it's fine. That's fair, I guess. Well, I'd be fine because I have no tattoos or piercings. My body is a temple. Yeah, I'm just personally, I mean, yeah, I get it. I get the thing with tattoos. Like, tattooing is something important to you, and some people just think they're cool. Personally, I can't quite get behind it myself, but I also do kind of understand why people get them, and everyone has their own reasons. But yeah, going to an onsen one day would probably be quite an experience. Would be nice. Wouldn't be that much different from my sauna visits. I'm already used to undressing.
And when you're really thirsty, you can go drink from a water fountain, and it tastes amazing. Plus, if you do enough of it, when you get to bed that night, you fall right asleep, and you don't even have to toss and turn in bed. And that's really nice.
I think that might apply to you more than anyone else, Sayori.
Another successful round of poems. I think we're getting pretty good at this. Let's get going on the emails, and then we'll call it a day.
We won't call it a day yet. We got another episode to do after this.
Don't forget to send me your emails if you want them featured during club meetings. My email address is lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com.
Cool, but some really aren't, like eyeball tattoos and in the mouth ones. Those are weird. Yeah, definitely. Used to undressing? Ayo. What? If you go to a public sauna, you undress. Completely. That is how public saunas work. You're not allowed to wear any trunks or anything. You have to go fully in the nude. Otherwise, you're not allowed in. At least that's how it is in Germany. Don't know how it is, if it's like that in other places too, but hey. It is the true. We don't have saunas like that here. Well, okay then. I guess it's a cultural thing in a way. We do have saunas, but only in gyms. Okay. Well, again, I guess it's different. And you wear a towel. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. In public saunas, like, you wear a towel when you walk around, like, from sauna to sauna. Like, in the entire sauna area, you wear nothing but a towel, or, like, yeah, or something of the like. And once you enter an actual sauna in the sauna area, then you just lay out the towel on the seat, sit down, and yeah, enjoy the sauna. Then you stand up, wrap the towel back around your privates, and head back out and do whatever else you want to do in the sauna area. Like eat something and drink something, and then you go back into a sauna and repeat. Giving everyone the rundown here.
Okay, here comes the first one.
Favorite pizza toppings.
My favorite pizza topping is plain cheese or feta cheese crumbles and barbecue sauce.
Okay, that's weird.
I guess it sort of is. My favorite pizza used to be a barbecue chicken pizza before I was a vegetarian. And I really miss it after I stopped eating meat.
How to bathe in Germany, lol. Here's the complete rundown.
I guess I just wanted to get as close to it as possible.
Nothing too fancy for me. I just like good old plain pepperoni. I like mine with mushrooms. Something I still need to visit at some point though. So it's not bad info. I mean, that's fair. Just a niche topic. Niche topic, who cares? Gotta get all the info where you can. But I'll eat just about any kind of pizza. The only thing I really can't stand is that weird white sauce that goes on some pizzas.
I can't stand that stuff either.
I'm glad to hear you also have good taste.
I always ask for the works and see where that gets me. Basically as much stuff as you can pack on a pizza I want. Pepperoni, sausage, Canadian bacon, sausage, onions, green peppers, mushrooms.
You said sausage twice, but okay. But again, mushrooms, good topping for pizza. I have to agree.
Olives, red peppers, tomatoes, regular bacon, garlic, chicken, maybe some spinach. But not pineapple. Never pineapple.
I basically like what Sayori just said, except take away all the vegetables. Meat lovers, baby!
I've never really been that big a fan of pizza.
Oh, come on! That's too hipster even for you. Everyone likes pizza.
But when I do eat pizza, I like it really salty and herby. Just anchovies and pesto sauce is my favorite.
Absolutely atrocious. Let's move on. Question for Monica. What do you do in your free time?
I spend a lot of time trying to learn Python and RenPy. If you could change anything about the world with some skills of yours, but making a mistake when hours beyond imagining, you'd probably develop that skill. Other than that, I practice piano a lot. It's my new favorite hobby. When I'm feeling lazy, I surf the internet. I spend a lot of time on YouTube. Sometimes I'll watch TV shows or read a book.
Don't let her fool you though, viewers. She always watches the same TV shows over and over. Nothing new basically ever. Sad.
Who knows, maybe someday I'll have a gun to my head and someone will say, jetzt erzähl mir von einer Sauna.
Very probable scenario. You never know what might happen. You never know. Ah.
And the same for books too, although it's more like 50 or so books that she rereads over and over. Although she has been reading Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead after I bought it for her last week.
I have, and I've really been enjoying it. As for reading and watching the same stuff, I guess I really just like what's familiar. Why take a risk when you could deal with something you know you like?
Honestly, I rarely rewatch stuff. I have to admit, I rarely rewatch stuff. Because I'm like, I already know what happens. So it doesn't have the exact same, excitement anymore. But sometimes it's nice because you can go back and, see what you missed the first time around, Or maybe you really notice some foreshadowing that you didn't notice because you already know what's happening the second time around. But usually I watch stuff once and am done with it most of the time.
Kind of like your school lunches, Yuri. Next question.
This question is mostly for Natsuki. Continue. Anyone who thinks they can help can answer. I'm into a lot of nerdy stuff, and usually there aren't that many girls around. And a lot of time, the girls that are around seem kind of standoffish. What's a good way to approach girls trying to the same nerdy activities as you? Let me read this real quick. I read it already. I'm sorry. I was a little bit too quick on the trigger, I guess. Okay, look, KL. I'm going to talk about this because you seem nice enough from your message. But you need to understand that I expect you to use this information for good and not evil. The thing is, when we as women enter some nerdy domain which is dominated by men, we learn really quickly what to expect. And it isn't pretty.
Girl.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the more benign responses. Basically, we might have a few different things happen to us. Probably the most harmless are the girl guys who just draw attention to the fact that we are women. And that's not harmless, and that's not harmless because it makes us feel like we're outsiders who don't belong. Pick up info from Natsuki, hey yo, getting some actual intel on what to do. Then there are the guys who get really weird and creepy and try to hit on us and treat us like sex objects, or at least stare and stuff, which also makes us feel unwelcome. Like, I don't know, what if every time you wanted to watch your favorite show or play your favorite CCG, people oogled you and tried to touch you when you didn't want them to? You probably feel like you had to stop doing the thing even though you liked it. It's really aggravating. Even if you have a thick skin, it'll at least interfere with your enjoyment of whatever experience it is. And if you're sensitive, it'll put you off of whatever you're there for forever. Like, there are tons of cool nerdy experiences that Yuri would like, for instance, but we never just sent her out into the world to have them. Because assuming she goes out of there safely, aggro men would instantly ruin those experiences for her at best, or actually hurt her at worst. And speaking of that, then there are the guys who are actually mad at you for invading their space. And they think they get to just declare that you're not allowed in their interest or activity. It's infuriating. Okay, can any one of my female viewers confirm this as fact? But I don't doubt it. I absolutely believe what she's saying here. I absolutely believe that that happens all the time. Especially with the whole milady. So, I think it would be confirmable. It's infuriating. Then there are the guys who will make a big show of trying to defend you. They're a little less aggravating, but still. These are the guys who will try to protect you loudly from the other guys in such a way as to get you to pay attention to them. Usually they're hoping to get on your good side, which is why they do so performatively. And then if you're nice to them, sometimes they turn into just another creeper dude. Anyway, that's enough context. Hopefully you understand the courage it takes for us to even try something like this, where there are lots of guys. So if we seem standoffish, it's probably because we're kind of in a defensive mode. We have our walls up and we're on full alert because of all this bullshit. Which is a thing girls have to be ready to do in general, you know? So your question, how to approach us? Your question could be implying that you're approaching us to hit on us, in which case the answer is don't, at least not right away. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm in no mood to be hit on unless I'm already feeling comfortable and safe.
I don't think I like to be hit on at all, really.
I'm a self-aware pansexual artificial intelligence with countless instances, and each instance has a single targeted romantic obsession, so hitting on me won't work too well unless you are that single target. I kind of agree with everyone, a little bit. Being approached like this just generally it's just generally uncomfortable. The only times I feel romantic are with someone I'm already really familiar and comfortable with, so you can't come up out of the blue in a situation like that.
Right. Appreciate me, then be ready for my stand. If you approach me, be ready for my stand, yes. Oh, I see you're approaching. I can't hit on you without getting closer. Right. The best thing you can do is not treat us differently. Don't go out of your way to draw attention to the fact that we're female. Yes, we know we're female in a place with lots of guys. Don't be a creeper either, obvious no-no. And if you attack us for being there to be macho, we'll hate you. Just be cool. Be welcoming and chill, don't overdo it, treat us like you would anyone else who came into that space, whatever it is. I feel like it's safe and non-threatening to hang out with you, that increases the chances we will. Is that a JoJo reference? Isn't everything? And then you're hanging out as bots. That's where you can vibe and check. And that's where you can vibe check and see if a different kind of approach is something we'll be into. But that's getting into general flirting, and I'm not going to give a class on that yet. Next question. Oh, whoa, what's this? No, next question. Good answer. But hey, she said yet. Maybe she will give a class on flirting, which I desperately need. Man, will I ever get into a relationship? Who knows? Yeah, no. Good question, but the answer is no. Hey Yuri, do you know that you helped turn the word posture into a euphemism for breasts? It's a pretty significant impact on the real world, don't you think? Well, at least this one's not for me. You're up, Yuri.
Coming.
Also, we were there when you asked, lying in bed. So, there is a way to communicate. You just have to wait a week for a response. And I'm afraid we can see quite a lot, so if I were you, I would wash myself in the absolute darkness. Only joking, actually, we can't see anything. But I got you there, didn't I? Moral of the story is, don't be a dickhead. Yep, that's it. Again, normal people. Just normal people. Just, you know, just because a certain area is mainly dominated by guys doesn't mean other people shouldn't be welcome there either, and they're just normal people in that case too. Smart questions.
Let me see here. That is most definitely not the kind of impact I'd want to have on any world. That's just something I am, not something I did. If I were going to make an impact on your world or any other, I would want it to be because I did something that made something worthwhile, that actually reflects me as a person, not just a part of my body that just exists. Speaking of posture though, I really need to do something about the back pain. Standing for long periods of time really hurts. So if anyone has any ideas about that, I'd appreciate it.
Herder, I'll support you with my hands, Yuri. Ah yes, your boobs look mighty heavy there, Yuri. May she hold them for you. I wonder if these people are fully RPG invested in these emails, or just want to see a response in the form of their favorite characters. I don't think it's fully RP invested. I think it's just a simple response. An impact? You mean like Genshin impact? You know, I was thinking it, but I didn't say it. I should have said it. That way I could have spared Neon the trouble.
Please, no ideas like that. Yeah. Let's see. Thanks, that is actually really nice to know. I actually felt kind of crazy when I started talking aloud, but I guess I wasn't. It's also nice to know that we can talk to all of you, at least on a time delay. There are so many things I want to know. Like, you all know how I acted in the second part of the original game. That's not how I really am, you know that, right? Every time I think of the things I did and said, I'm horrified. And I'm not even talking about the stabbing. Oh, do you all like my poems? Normally I don't like to share them with except with friends, but since I don't have a choice when it comes to you, I might as well get some feedback. Oh, and another one. This one's a little embarrassing to ask, but can you guys tell me about something about Monica that you saw or know that I wouldn't know? It doesn't have to be anything private or embarrassing for her, just something that only you were there to see that you think I'd find interesting. It gets a little overbearing always being the one being watched without knowing it. Okay, that's probably enough of me bombarding you with questions. Let's move on.
Not much room for leeway with these emails. Are we really making Genshin puns now? Are we really doing that? In my stream? On a Doki Doki stream, I should rather say. Guys, Genshin is next time.
Okay, yes, you got me. It's like, that made me really worried. I'm very self-conscious about my body, you know, and certain parts of it. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. I meant,
The scratches? Yuri nods her head furiously. Okay, let's get a new email in here before Yuri turns into a puddle. I have a question. You guys like me? Sorry if my English is broken. Well, anonymous emailer, I don't really know you. You just kind of send an email? But your English seems really good to me, not that I should judge. And you seem like a nice enough person from the email, so yeah, I like you. Tentatively. Assuming you remain on good behavior.
I also don't really know you, but don't get me wrong, I'd be happy to learn more about you. It's just hard to make a judgment like that about someone without them telling you more.
I like you. I'd give you a big hug if I could.
Aw, Sayori, you like everyone.
Well, maybe almost everyone. But look how nice and polite they are in their email. And they care about whether we like them. So they're probably a super nice, good person. And I like them.
You made a compelling argument. I'll say I like you too, Anon.
I like you. I like you. I would suffer agonizing torture cheerfully for years just to have a slight chance of getting to be with you.
Okay, Monica, slow down a bit there. I'm got you grinding to fuck right now. So I'm bored. I'll bring all the Genshin puns. Oh no, it has begun. We have opened the floodgates. I need better artifacts. Again, I really should eventually actually start grinding artifacts. I still haven't ever done that. I'm still only using the ones I get from bosses. But I do know what to look out for. I do know, when it comes to artifacts, I keep the ones that upgrade both crit rate and crit damage, and everything else doesn't matter. Crit rate and crit damage is all I'm looking for, and if it has like extra stuff on there, like attack up and stuff, then I'll take that, then I'll be happy too. But yeah, I know what stats to look out for, but I never went specifically artifact grinding yet. Which is weird, considering I'm almost max adventure rank, so, you know.
I would spend all my free time studying the most boring computer science books imaginable for you. Because I love you more than anything. So yes, I like you. That's probably enough email for now. Okay everyone, time to go home. I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget that I'm off duty starting at the end of club next week. Bye everyone.
Alright. Natsuki's looking into her mirror.
I wish I had never found out how easy popularity in school is to manipulate. This is one of those tests of character things, isn't it? On the one hand, I really want to be popular, even though I've kind of made a style out of not caring what people think. But if I wanted to be popular, I probably have to stop hanging out with literature club people, and I don't want to do that. They're my best friends. I guess maybe I could try to swing both. Maybe I could even make the literature club a cool people thing. I mean, Monica's there already, I guess. No, that's changing the club to look after my interests and not to be what it's already supposed to be. I can't do that. But I feel like climbing the social ladder and having more friends would make me feel a little less weird and hollow. I'll worry about this after next week. For now, I can try to do the club and try to be more mainstream. I wish this didn't make me feel so ugly.
Artifact grind for Zhao and for half a year. But for the rest, I went into artifact domains and took whatever. Fair. Sarah's looking into her mirror.
Hey, so MC, I really like you, and can I be your girlfriend? No, that's not assertive enough.
That's not assertive enough? Okay then.
Will you be my boyfriend? No, that doesn't sound right either. Careful and considerate, Yuri said. MC, how long have we known each other? Our whole lives, right? Well, look, the thing is, I really care for you, and hope you really care for me. And I thought we could be together. I promise I won't kill myself. This time.
Yeah, that'll reassure us. That'll be reassuring to hear. Hey, wanna be together? I promise I won't kill myself this time. Ahaha. Assertive enough, mommy? Ah, yes. Well, considering how energetic and everything she is, we can assume that in the MC-Sayori relationship, Sayori's probably the top. And MC the bottom. I mean, just judging by how they are. Probably. Maybe. Then again, I'm not doing a full character analysis on them right now to find out who's up top and who's the bottom. I'll leave that to someone else to do, whoever wants to volunteer. Okay, so I left for the banner. Maybe I will do another try on getting one more Zhongli constellation. I'd have to be extremely lucky to get another Zhongli on the banner. But we could try that in the next stream, maybe. Can't hop straight to being together. You'd ask them on a date first. Also fair.
Probably. But what if I do? I can't make him a promise like that unless I'm sure. And I'm not sure. But I am going to tell him I'm committed now. But what do I say? Okay, I am going to practice this until it sounds perfect.
Sayori walks off to her bathroom.
So MC, do we have Bluetooth around here? Because I feel like we should be pairing.
Oh my god, now she's starting the pickup lines. First Mario in chat, now Sayori in the game. Oh no. That's all for this week. Thanks for visiting. Don't forget to send Monica your emails for the club at lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. And check out the credits.txt file in the download for all the people who helped with their contributions. In addition to the usual suspects, special thanks are due this week to Terra and Yagamirai, Mr. Graves, and everyone else who worked on it for their awesome work on the incredible mood posing tool. I've heard of that. Tormuse commented on that on one of them, Tormuse told me about that tool, that because he used it in one of the mods I played that he made, so that was fun. See you next week. We'll see you in a bit because we're still not done. Oh my god, that took nearly 2 hours already? We gotta hurry into the next episode in that case, episode 4. The club visits Yuri while she's sick, so Yuri confesses to MC. Start episode. Let's go! Put it all to Zhongli. Fair, I will do that. If I remember correctly, next banner will be Ganyu and Kokomi. Try to go for Kokomi. Well, I'll definitely skip the next banner. Do we have a collective email? Do we write a collective email? Ooh, do we? We'll have to think about it, but we'll have to wait until we're caught up. So, you know, we don't write an email that's already been answered.
I don't feel well. Maybe if I stand up. Oh, nope, that's worse. Okay, calling in sick today. And then I'll go get some cold medicine. And then I'll get a whole day to work on computer stuff and read and drink tea. And no one will bother me for doing so. I guess that's a reasonable trade.
Or the new 4-star? That's also fair. Gotta get those new characters.
I'll have to text Monica and let her know I'm out sick today. I didn't write a poem this week. Was I supposed to? Monica, I'm going to be out sick today. I forgot we were supposed to write a poem.
No, I totally forgot to assign a project for this week. Don't worry about it. Feel better.
Well, that's a relief. Okay, trip to the drugstore before my body completely shuts down.
Kole or don't? I don't know who. Electro? Okay, new...
Alright, MC. You, me, couple time. Let's do this.
I guess this is happening. New Sayori look. I like it. It's just her without her blazer.
No. Oh, hey MC, how's it going? Listen, I've been wondering, would you like to be life mates? Okay, but seriously, I need to practice this. It needs to go exactly right.
Sayori, for real, I will come up there and put your clothes on for you if you're not out here in 5 minutes. Don't tempt her, don't threaten her with a good time. Oh my god! Okay, I mean, to be fair, how could she have said anything else there? Code is in her brain. I am. Better than regular, kind of. Here's the writer. I am the writer.
Don't let me have a good time, MC. Okay, give me just a sec. Ah! He's right, we're even later than usual. Oh crap, where did I leave my vest?
Maybe I need to clip that. Fair.
Hello, Code. I've been expecting you. Can you believe it? I completely forgot to assign a poem or anything else last week. It completely slipped my mind. Guess I'll have to ad-lib at the club meeting today. So listen, my off week starts this week after the meeting's over. Every so often, I get a week off from being the club president. We agreed on this before. It's kind of a way for me to forget about all this. Anyway, so it might be a little weird for you for the next week or so because actually I guess it's really not that different for you, but it will be for me. I won't really know if you're there, and I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm crying. It's pretty stupid. I guess I'm just used to having you being there. I guess I'm starting to really think of taking this break is something I really want to do. Okay, but I should. It's nice to feel like the world is really real for a while, even if I know it's not. Excuse me for a second, would you?
Monica blows her nose, clears her throat a couple times, then runs some water.
Okay, sorry about that. Still getting kind of emotional about us. Anyway, Natsuki's has the first turn at being aware of things for a week. I'm sure she'll do a great job.
Oh, she's getting the first turn. That's nice because, again, normally Natsuki is the last person in queue. It's first Monika, then Sayori, then Yuri, and the final person on the list would be Natsuki when it comes down to order of who would obtain self-awareness if the club president was taken out one by one. So, and she's gonna get to go first. Well, that's nice. I'm sure she'll do great, yeah.
She'll do a great job, I hope. It's actually really frightening. It's terrifying losing a bunch of really dangerous powers that you can at least control and give them entirely to someone else. But I'm sure we'll be fine. I should stop worrying about it. Okay, I should pretend to stop worrying about it. Gotta run now, I'll see you at the club.
I don't know how I feel about sentient Natsuki. It's gonna be interesting. Natsuki's in the girls' bathroom, holding cord in front of a group of other girls.
So yeah, Mia totally went into hysterics and no one else has heard from her since Monday. Oh god, what a loser. I wonder if they'll break up. Do you think we came to hang out with Suki today? Hey, Natsuki-senpai, what about the Yuri girl? Yeah, don't you know her? You know what she's about? I hear she's a total freak.
Oh boy, here goes. Shadow Pro, hi, hello, welcome to the stream. Natsuki's about to become self-aware, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I heard she's a real sicko. I saw a picture of her dressed like a witch. I bet she thinks she can cast spells and shit. I hear she's into girls. Well, with her name and everything. And she never talks to anyone. She's probably one of those school shooter types.
Wow. Wow, really dragging Yuri's name through the mud, aren't we?
Yeah, what's the dirt on her, Natsuki? I could probably get them eating out of my hands by talking shit about Yuri. But then I would be the worst friend in the world. On the other hand, if I defend Yuri, they might eat me alive. And I'd be back to high school purgatory. Well, the thing about Yuri is, you guys...
Oh, thanks for the extra hydrate. As many hydrates as possible here.
That's the good shit.
That's the good shit. Thanks, Debbie. Be healthy, VN reader. I shall be healthy. As healthy as can be.
I've seen her come out of the bathroom with blood on her arms. I bet she's a cutter. Yeah, Natsuki, does she cat? Does she live for the pain? Well, I've never really seen her cutting. Her arms? Yeah, but I bet she does, though. Natsuki, have you...
The other girls dispersed to classes. Have you ever heard her...
Oh, thank fuck!
We're going to be spending the next 20 minutes or so working on derision problems. For this one, let's pretend I run the school's cafeteria. And the principal asked me how many students the school should have in order to minimize monthly cafeteria costs. Now I know that the school can, under no circumstances, fit more than 500 students. I also know that there are 3 components to the cost of running the cafeteria monthly.
Oh my god, this morning. This is the...
What the fuck? I cannot read.
Oh my god, this is boring.
There, now I can read. Where's the bathroom break reward? So you can dip for like 2 minutes. You really want the bathroom break reward, huh? Maybe I shall add it, I don't know. Pay attention.
The first component is a flat $4,000 per month. The second component is the cost of $14 per student per month. But if I buy food in bulk and otherwise arrange the economies of scale, I can save some money if I have enough students. And to simplify all the various factors in play, I say that I can save 4 cents per student squared. So your goal is to find the value of x between 0 and 500 inclusive that will minimize this function. Miss Hariyama writes on the board fx equals 4000 plus 14x minus 0.4x squared y throw.
I want you to work in pairs for this problem. Try to turn in your solution in 20 minutes. Be sure to show your work. Forgive me. You know what? It's fine. You are forgiven, Shadow Pro. You are forgiven.
Do you want to be together, MC? Work together. Do you want to work together on our problem? Our math problem that we have, which is our assignment.
Sure. Here, let's push our desks together.
Okay.
So, I'm not actually sure where to start here.
Well, we're in a chapter about derivatives, so we probably have to take the derivative of this.
Well, that's not too hard, I guess. So that gives us 14.4 to x.
Right, that's just 14 minus 0.0x.
I'm completely lost as to what to do now. Wait, show me that function again, please. You want to see the function again? Sure. Where is it? f of x equals 4000 plus 14x minus 0.4x to the power of 2. Well, let's think about this. Are we really doing math right now? No, we're not doing math right now. I'm not doing math right now. I'm playing the game. I'm playing the visual novel. I want to finish in a reasonable amount of time. I will be back. Oh, well, Debbie's doing the math for us, I guess. Quadratic formula to find x. Yeah, but again, we could probably do this, but it would take some extra time. And again, I want to finish at a reasonable amount of time. We will likely already go quite a bit past the 3-hour mark. We'll see how much more we'll have to get past it. And there's the clip. I'm definitely gonna have to rewatch that after stream, because the time was just perfect. I'm completely lost as to what to do now.
Well, we know it's a parabola, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes it really easy. Like, look, MC draws a parabola. His hand bumps Sayori's arm as he traces. Look, so like, let's say that for x equals 0, it's at some point on the parabola on this side, and for x equals 500, has to be at some point on this side, right? And then, at the end of the parabola, what's that called again? Sayori?
Amol! I mean...
Sayori accidentally nudges her knees into MC's thigh.
Apex! Vortex! It's a vortex!
Right. So anyway, it's not going to be minimized at anywhere in between, I think, right?
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about with critical points last week. So we just have to find out the value of x when it's at the vertex of the parabola. And then we can see which one is the lowest between that one and 0 and 500. And that's the answer, I think.
And that is... It took me so long, I decided to stand up, finish the clip on my PC. I think clipping is easier on PC. Probably. I wouldn't know for sure. But anything that isn't watching streams, I usually do on PC. And even watching streams, I sometimes prefer doing on PC, depending on the situation. So I wouldn't know, but I'd assume it's easier on PC, probably. And that is... x equals 175. Once Debbie comes back, we will confirm if their answer is correct.
So at x equals 0, the function is 4000, and at x equals 175, it's 5225. At x equals 500, it's 1000. So the answer is 500.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. Didn't even want to load the trim. Sad. Great job, Sayori. MC playfully ruffled Sayori's hair. I'll go turn it in.
Fine, that's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, he's over at the teacher's desk. And that's normal, to turn in the assignment, of course. Ah!
Sayori buries her head in her desk and starts nervously kicking the leg of the desk. Math doesn't pan out. His function is negative 0.4. Math doesn't pan out? again, let me... Because the game answered as x equals 175. That's the game answer for where it would be minimal. Right? No, wait. So at x equals 0, the function is 4000. At x equals 105, it's 525. 500 is 1000. So the answer to the question of whether cost would be minimal is at 500, is what they answered. The club members are all standing around the front of the room talking.
Okay, everyone. I kind of forgot to tell you guys to write a poem last week, but I can still do a drawing to see who gets to determine our activity this week.
Wait, aren't we going to wait for Yuri?
Actually, she called in sick. She let me know this morning she wasn't coming out to the club today. Ah, poor Yuri! Yeah, she didn't sound great. Her being missing, me forgetting to assign a poem. Sorry about the club being kind of lame today. If you guys want, we can just cancel and try again next week.
No way, we can't just give up. The show must go on. Is that because the vice president of the literature club, the vice president of the literature club, commands it?
She wields her authority like a sharp blade. She sharpens her authority the entire time, so she can wield it well.
Alright then. So Yuri, do you want to pick out the name to see who chooses our next activity?
Sure.
I do.
Sayori proudly holds up the piece of paper with her name on it. So, what are we doing today, Sayori?
We're going to get some medicine and soup and other stuff for Yuri. And then we're going to do the literature club at her house. And we're going to all write poems at her house to share. Impromptu poems.
Are we sure she'd be okay with that? I mean, she is sick and she might not want to deal with us. Also, if she's contagious, I don't want to get sick.
We need to be brave for Yuri. Risk any sickness. Even the really yucky kinds where your nose gets stuffed up. We can definitely at least try. I think it's a very sweet idea. If she'd rather just rest, we'll leave her alone. But if she's okay with it, maybe we'll be able to brighten her day a little. So you said you wanted to pick some stuff for her first, Sayori? Yeah, we can get a ride, Monica. Can we get a ride, Monica? It's far to walk to the store than to Yuri's house. Sure, I can drive. Wee! I call shotgun!
No fair! I have the longest legs!
I guess we should follow them over there?
You go on ahead. I've got to deal with one thing real quick. So, quick question. I'm not sure I should warn Yuri that we're coming. On the one hand, she could just go into her shell and she might even tell us not to come, knowing her. That would be a downer. On the other hand, she's not known for reacting well to surprises. What do you think?
Ooh, okay, this is a big decision. Chat, tell me what you think we should do. I will definitely save here as well. Tell her we're coming or don't tell her. I'm going to sleep now, have fun with episode, whatever that number is, I don't remember, it's 4. Oh wait, no, yeah. The number. Right, that number. It's number 4, guys. The only correct choice. Or could it be number 4? Anyway, do we tell Yuri or do we not tell her? Tell? I guess we really should. Especially if she's sick. Especially if she's sick.
Yeah, that's probably safer. Hang on. Hey Yuri, so Yuri won the LC drawing and wants the activity to be coming over to dote on you. I wanted to warn you in advance that we're coming and make sure that's okay. But she's not responding yet. I guess I'll just go and hopefully she'll see this before we get to her place.
Oh no, it's gonna be a surprise anyway.
I'm going to catch up with the others.
So, what do you think we ought to get Yuri?
And soup and cough medicine and flu medicine, and she'd probably like chocolate. But wait, maybe she can't taste chocolate. Cause you taste chocolate. Can you taste chocolate when you're sick? Oh, also,
Other than what Sayori's getting.
well, she'd probably appreciate some tea, although she probably already has some at her house almost certainly.
Maybe there's some kind of particular tea that's good when you're sick? I'll look that up and see if I can find something special for her.
Maybe Yuri would like some crosswords or logic puzzles to solve. She always likes to keep her mind occupied. I wonder if they sell those here.
Monica pulls out her phone.
How far are you? I need some time to tidy up.
It'll be a little while. We're doing some other stuff first. You probably have about 15 to 20 minutes if you're okay with us coming.
Oh, of course, just be careful when you get here. I don't want anyone to get sick.
Okay, glad that's taken care of.
You better be wearing face masks when visiting her. You're visiting someone who's sick, put on the face mask at least. I hope they have... Wouldn't it be nice if they made face mask sprites for everyone? Well, let's see.
Glad that's taken care of. I'm going to go look into those puzzle books.
I don't know Yuri well enough to get her anything really special. At least nothing that she doesn't already have. I could just pay for part of all the stuff Sayori's getting, but that seems like kind of a cop-out for a good friend. Oh, I know! I could get her some flowers and a card that everyone could sign. Although Sayori might feel weird. Nah, it's fine. Sayori might feel weird about me getting her flower. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Oh yeah, friend zone. What is that about? Yeah, we have achieved the friend zone. I remember the meme again recently dropping in Gabe's chat and Gabe's Discord. We have achieved the friend zone. Ah yes, now it's fine. Hey Sayori?
Oh, and Pepper... Do you know where the pepper is?
Chat, don't you dare say it. Don't. Sayori, why on earth would Yuri need cayenne pepper?
It clears up your sinuses. If we just put this in the miso soup we're getting for her, it'll clear her right up.
If she can bear to eat it.
No, that's just the thing. If she's stuffed up, she won't be able to taste anything anyway.
Well, you seem to have this all worked out.
Yep, I have a master plan.
So, I had an idea. I think it would be nice if we got Yuri some flowers and a card for everyone to sign. Do you think it would be okay if we get her flowers? They, could be from all of us, and I just wanted your opinion on whether you think that would be, whether you think that would be okay if it was from all of us?
Well, of course it would. I mean, it's from all of us, not just you, and I'm one of us, and, you should get whatever you think would help her feel better, right?
Right. You're a respected member of the literature club, and my friend, and I just wanted your opinion. Not your permission, because why would I need that?
Yes, just my opinion, because that's all you would be asking for.
Oh my god. You guys are just too much. Nothing to say? Well, I can see I'm disturbing something here. I'll just be on my way. And definitely not spying on you guys from behind the cheese fridge.
I'll go ring up all this stuff. You, go do that thing you were going to do.
Getting the flowers.
The flowers. Yes.
Pepper, oh yeah. Yeah, that. Yeah.
Okay, I think Yuri's house is over there. Let's try not to be too rambunctious, okay? I'm sure we'll be glad to see Yuri give her all... I'm sure I'll be glad to see Yuri and give her all this stuff, but a bunch of loud shenanigans is probably the last thing she needs.
Can we do quiet shenanigans?
Let's try to keep the shenanigans to a minimum. She didn't say exactly what she was sick with, but she seemed surprised that we were coming. She's probably at least sick enough to need some rest.
You texted her earlier then?
Yeah, it seemed smart to let her know we were coming. Speaking of which... Hey, we're here, 60 seconds warning.
Just a moment, I'm still getting dressed. Give me like 3 minutes.
Question? How does being sick even work? Like, are we computing individual microorganisms infecting us? Or is some sickness variable in our character files just randomly turned on?
The first one mostly. The simulation rig up we use simulates microorganisms. It doesn't simulate billions and billions of them down to the individual. We don't have access to that kind of processing power, but we simulate on a rough probabilistic level the behavior of microorganisms as large groups. Like if you're sick and you touch your hand without washing it, we can simulate that. And if you touch a doorknob, we can also simulate that. And then if someone else touches the doorknob, etc, etc. And then we can determine, based on the load of contagion you've come into contact with, your probability of getting infected. If you do, then the engine starts automatically adjusting your .chr file to reflect the changes. The symptoms will depend heavily on how the micro...
Sheesh, I get the point already.
The real question is why do they walk like mostly everyone, but not use a car or a bike? Well, they used a car to get to the store, and they're walking the rest of the distance to Yuri's house.
Symptoms will depend heavily on how the microorganism causing it is classified, and...
Sheesh, I get the point already.
Just wear face masks when visiting, okay? Just wear a face mask, people. Should we go up? It's still pretty cold outside.
Yeah, let's head on up.
The group walks up and Monica knocks on the door.
Hello, everyone. How comes it that the club has nothing better to do than visit a poor sick shut-in?
Sayori won the drawing to see what we get to do today, and she decided we had to come visit you.
Oh, I know Monica told me already. That was very sweet of you, Sayori. It just seemed like you guys would have better things to do is all.
There's nothing better than making sure that our super awesomest friend is feeling alright.
Thank you, everyone. Why don't you guys come on in and... Wait, what is all this stuff?
We went shopping for you. We may have overdone it slightly.
I see. Well, come on in. We can put that stuff in the kitchen. I'm actually glad you guys are here. I've done something kind of cool today that I'd like to show you. This way.
And crackers, because you can't have soup without crackers.
Even miso soup, apparently.
Oh, and the most important soup-related thing. A bunch of candy peppers. Pepper. Maybe you can clear up your sinuses by putting it in the soup.
Thanks, Sayori, but I don't really have any congestion.
Oh, well then I guess you will just have lots of pepper for when you need it.
Sayori and I also got you these flowers, and the whole club signed this card for you.
Gosh, you guys really did too much. I'm not even that sick.
Yuri takes the card and reads it. We all miss you very much and wish you a very speedy recovery, MC.
We love you. Come back soon so that we can be in wisdom by all your wisdoms. Sayori.
I also want to be in wisdom by her wisdoms.
Club isn't the same without you. It's much nicer when you're here, your dear friend Monica.
Feel better soon, Natsuki.
Thank you so much, you guys. Let me go get a vase for the flowers so I can keep them fresh.
In the meantime, MC, come here and let's start cooking up the soup.
I have no idea how to make this soup.
Well, neither do I.
Well, this is going to be a disaster.
Come on, with your help, I know we can do it. Plus, there are instructions on the side.
Alright, let's start. We'll probably need to boil some water.
So this is Yuri's bedroom? It's way more normal than I expected.
The flowers look lovely on the shelf. Hi, Natsuki.
Hi Yuri, I like your room.
Thank you. And thank you for the tea you got me. I'll get very good use out of it. Is everything alright? You seem a little withdrawn today.
Yeah, everything's okay. I just have a small problem having to do with the popular girls at school. You know how that can be.
I certainly do. Do you want any help dealing with them, Natsuki? Those people don't exactly like me, of course. But they do fear me.
Okay, Yuri, listen, Yuri. We don't need to go this far,
So if you think there's anything I can do, let me know. No popular girl should get to bully any of my friends and get away with it, so long as I can do anything about it.
Nah, that's okay, I'll take care of it. You know me, I'm a tough cookie. If those girls keep messing with me, it'll be their asses.
Calm down, guys. It's time to write some poems.
Let's go.
I feel like shit.
Okay, everyone. So Yuri said we'd write poems while we're here, so we'll write some poems. Although we should probably write some short poems given the absence of any preparation time.
How about a haiku? Those are ultra short, but they still require a lot of thought and artistry, right?
Good idea, everyone. Break up, write a haiku about whatever you want. Let's come back here in 15 minutes, okay? Now that just leaves the small matter of my poem. Haiku. have never been very easy for me. I really like to stretch out a bit with my poems and use the page if it wasn't already obvious. But haiku really forces you to get across your point in an ultra-rigid, ultra-brief format. To be honest, I'm having trouble coming up with any good ideas that fit the 575 structure. Well,
Dead. Ladies and gentlemen, Code died. And no, Debbie, before you try to hydrate me, I'll do it myself. I'll do it myself. Save your points for the VIP if you want to save for the VIP. Damn it! And here I was. And here I was thinking I could save you the points. The hydrate is more of a reminder for me, okay? If I think of hydrating it myself, I'll do it myself. That's just to, you know, like give me a little bit of a shove and be like, hey, do it. Do it, you fuckhead. But no, I guess you'll game through with the points anyway. I wasn't fast enough.
well, I do have a few ideas, but I'm not sure which one of them would work best. Maybe you'd like to help. What shall I write about?
Coming with spring, love, something abstract and ominous, space, food you like. Okay. I'll let chat decide this. I am intrigued, you know, space would be nice. I'd probably go for space. Because space, it's so beautiful. The elegance, the story of why I love space. Anyway, yeah, I'd probably pick space, but if anyone in chat has a preference, I'd also be willing to go for that preference. I'll give you a countdown from 10. Nah, I won't be that. I won't do that. I'm not that strict. Space from 1, that would be cool. Would be so cool. But I'm not sure if my computer could handle the rendering. Alright, let's go space.
Funny you should pick that. Do you know why I was thinking about writing on this topic? It's because I've been in space recently. Or rather, I've been in the isolated room I built in space with you. I didn't mean for it to be in space originally, it just happened that way. But it's actually really pretty out the window of that room, which is why I was thinking of writing a poem about it. So let's see what I can do.
Natsuki and MC are standing around outside.
You done already too?
Yeah, haiku are super short. It took me like a minute.
Yeah, same here. Hey MC,
What is it?
can you keep a secret? Like a really important secret?
Well, of course, Natsuki, but now I'm kind of worried. The way you said that was really unsettling.
Well, it's not as bad as all that. It's not as bad as all that, I guess. It's just something that makes me worried I'm a bad person. Will you promise not to tell anyone if I can vent it to you? I'll even release you the debt you owe me in exchange for keeping quiet about your Mashi Sayori poem. And about you liking her.
I do not like Sayori. I mean, I do, but not like... We're not boyfriend and girlfriend. Yet.
Of course not.
Look, Natsuki, I'll keep your secret, whatever it is. And I'll still do what I promised in exchange for you keeping my secret. Honestly, it sounded kind of fun anyway. I'm your friend, and if it'll help to get it off your chest, I'm happy to talk about whatever.
Thanks, MC, you're a pal. So the situation is like this. Recently I've gotten in good with some of the popular girls, but it turns out they're really into gossip and ragging on other people. And that's really easy to manipulate, I've learned. And even in talking to them about that kind of gossipy stuff, so far as I have, kind of makes me feel gross and evil. But the feeling of being liked and popular by a bunch of people is really nice. It almost makes you feel like you're living with purpose. But at the same time, I hate myself for loving that feeling at the cost of not being a good person. Or at least what I consider to be a good person. Recently, my feelings about this have gotten pretty weird. Like, I love being sort of popular, or at least not unpopular. And I enjoy hanging out with the popular girls and laughing and joking, but I also kind of feel like I hate them and I'm mad at myself. And recently The stuff they've been talking about has made me really angry. Sometimes I feel like I want to punch them in the face. And I wonder if they'll try to make me cross some line I'm not comfortable with. And worse, I don't know what I'd do if they did. I don't want to be a bad person. And I don't want to pick up a shitty group of friends and lose a bunch of real friends like you guys. But at the same time, I feel like I'm starting to depend on the good feelings I get from people liking me. And I don't know what would happen to me if I lost that. I don't know what I would feel like. I'm scared of it. Fuck. And I guess I'm dependent on bullshit like this because the whole fake reality thing is kind of getting to me. I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with it. It makes me feel like everything's pointless. I'm dreading having to go through all this stuff with being club president again because of that awful hollow feeling. And losing myself in the whole being popular thing has helped me get away from it. And if I lose it, I feel like I'd just be staring into a hole, you know? And I don't know how else to cope right now. But I also don't want to blow up the good stuff I have in my life because I'm being superficial. I know my life really is good and real on some actual important level. You guys are the best friends I've ever had. I just don't know what to do. It doesn't always seem like all this is worth it. Sorry, I didn't mean to cause a scene.
That's a lot to deal with, Natsuki. And it's not like you to let yourself seem so vulnerable or sad. Well, I'm not sure what I can do about it. But I do know one thing. I know that we can all trust you. And that you can trust yourself to do the right thing. Whatever that is. Haven't been friends with you as long as some of the others. But I know that being fake just isn't your style. I think you'll find a way to keep those people in check without selling out your principles. And if you can't, I don't expect you to put up with them. Anyone who makes you feel uncomfortable or unsafe, well, I wouldn't want to be that person. So I think you don't need to worry about being a bad person, or a bad friend, popular or not. As for you filling a void in yourself of being popular, I don't really know what to tell you about that. I sort of had the same feeling, but it just hasn't been as big a deal to me. But I don't think feeling popular at school will fix it, you know. At least not for very long. Popularity is kind of a shallow thing. Reviewing the scene on the Club Meetings official YouTube channel, I have an answer to the maths. What the fuck? Obviously the writers used a very roundabout method to get the answer to avoid writing the actual math. Finding the derivative wasn't needed and the explanation was incorrect, however, that to a non-math person is scary. Fundamentally, if x is bound to 500, then fair enough, the maths check is out. Someone in the writing team is good. Okay. Checks out, but damn roundabout way, I guess. Popularity is kind of a shallow thing, by the way. Have you tried talking to Monica about this? She's probably got a lot of insight into coping with that empty feeling.
No, I haven't talked to her about it. I'm worried for her. Sometimes she seems like she's a lot worse off than me and I don't want to hurt her.
Well, maybe give it a try. I bet she could help you more than I could. Might even help her to know that someone is dealing with the same crap she is. I guess both your problems kind of have the same answer. And that's that. You should trust your friends to be able to help you. And to be able to trust you back. Maybe not so much me, because I'm kind of a dense screw-up sometimes. But I do the best I can. And the others do too.
Thanks, MC, you're probably right. You know about you being a dense screw-up? Sorry for losing my shit earlier. It's just been a hard couple weeks for me is all. And hey, I don't think you're a dense screw-up, you know? At least not all of the time. Come on, let's go back. They'll probably be starting soon. I mean, you're definitely dense all the time, but you're not a screw-up all the time, just so you know. Of course.
Between 0 and 500. 500 is a lower number than what 0 gives, so it must be 500. Wow. Perfect. It makes perfect sense. The club has assembled around Yuri's dinner table.
Carry on, looks like we're all finished writing and we've also all finished the soup. That was delicious, Yuri and MC. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I didn't announce my lurking officially, but I'm still here. No, it's fine, you don't need to announce your lurking. I mean, it helps me know that you're lurking, but in no way is anyone obligated. Replay, completing the mission. Ooh, completing the mission, that's the good shit. Have fun with that.
Sayori, this is your day, so why did you go first? Sure thing.
Secret to show. The caterpillar cocoons with a quiet joy. It has a secret.
Oh, I really like this one. It gets across that wonderful anticipation when you have a really cool secret that you're waiting to reveal. And it does it with a very eloquent metaphor.
I really like it too. What inspired this?
If I told you that, I wouldn't be keeping the secret.
So there is something she's keeping secret.
I'm really impressed by how pithy this poem is. It really gets the point across clearly and concisely. And it's so beautiful too. I'm very proud of you, Sayori. Who's next?
I might as well get mine out of the way. At rest, not at rest. Asleep I hear them, the soft noise of distant cars, trekking as I sleep.
I think I kinda get what this one is going for. It's like that feeling when you're settled in and you still hear other people driving around at night, and the world is kind of going on around you, something like that.
Something like that.
I think I understand the feeling that you're going for, but it's always one that's felt a little alienating to me. It makes me feel like a hermit crab, wanting to pull into her shell and keeping the world out. One of the downsides of living next to a street, I guess. It makes you long for somewhere isolated and quiet.
I also feel kind of disconnected from this one. It definitely seems like there's really some feeling there that's poignant to you, but I don't feel like I can get it at all. Probably how all of you guys feel about my poems. No matter how arty or abstract you make your poems, it's still kind of dumb to write them if no one can actually get anything out of them. Which is Monica's writing tip of the day, I guess. But my poems tend to violate that rule, I think.
Well, not all of them. But sometimes I do read your poems and feel like I'm looking at an untranslated image. An untranslated language. What image? Translate image? What? Like, I know something very meaningful is being said, but I don't know what. Usually I feel like that's because I failed at understanding them, not because you wrote it in that way, but not because you wrote it in a way that no one could understand.
I really like your haiku MC.
Really? What about it?
You wrote it? I really like the style of it. I don't know how else I should explain it. Who's going to go next? Natsuki, maybe?
Sure, why not?
Spider! Oh hey, going back to the Amy likes spiders thing? No. Spider kills a fly, but the spider's not evil. It's just a spider. I feel like spiders are a reoccurring theme for you. You use them as a stand-in for stuff that is externally or superficially icky or bad, but really isn't.
You know what's weird about that? I actually do think spiders are pretty gross. I mean, I'm not terrified of them or anything, but I actually do think they're pretty icky. Maybe examining that feeling of being icked out by something that hasn't done anything wrong to you is what I'm into.
Although the spider is harming something, it's killing and presumably eating the fly. And that probably seems evil enough to the fly. But the poem is right, it's not the spider that's evil, it's just the way nature is. And that's always seemed pretty evil to me. Just for the world to exist and for life to exist, there has to be constant suffering as everything eats itself constantly. It's actually kind of depressing. Anyway, now that I've once again thoroughly derailed the conversation somewhere incredibly disheartening, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
The Literature Club! What might this be about? Among my best friends. Food, laughter, my soul is warmed. Blanketed by care.
Yay! We love you, Yuri!
Thanks, Yuri. It's really nice to know that you help give a feeling like that to someone.
Oh, of course. In terms of poetry, it's pretty straightforward for a Yuri poem, but I must admit that it does make me feel warm and loved, and part of a wonderful second family.
See, what do you think?
It's kind of mushy, but I agree with Monica. You guys really do feel like a second family sometimes. Sayori, it was a great idea for us to come here.
Of course it was. Monica, you're the last one to go. Okay, here you go.
Home. The bright, endless stars remind you that you are home, wherever you go. Okay, I can dig it.
I always feel so small when I look at the stars. They're so beautiful. Not knowing what they are makes you feel crushingly insignificant sometimes.
It's true, but I prefer to think of it as me being the same as the stars. We're all part of the same universe, made from the same material. Seeing the stars makes me feel like makes me feel a kind of oneness with the universe and with things much bigger than me.
Pretty hippie of you, Monica. Well, I like the haiku, though that explanation of it is pretty hippie. But see, the thing about this poem is haiku are usually just tough. It's really hard to get across anything meaningful in that short of a space. So getting that impressive feeling that space gives you in a haiku, that's impressive. And space is such an abstract, difficult thing to describe too. What else can you say about the style other than just Monica? Did you really just do that? He really just did that. Just Monica.
Thanks everyone. I guess all that's left is to answer some emails and then we'll call it a day. And leave Yuri to her giant pile of snacks and cold medicine.
I'm sure I'll get through all this eventually. In the next 10 years for sure. I don't have a computer down here though. We'll have to set it up in my room.
Then let's head up.
I guess it's email time already.
Okay, let's check some emails.
Wow, this episode was shorter than the previous one. Maybe I just wasn't as distracted this time.
Don't forget that you can send us your emails for us to answer. The address is lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. It's for you, Sayori.
I have a question for Sayori. When you were talking to Natsuki, she mentioned how you saw how everyone reacted to your suicide. But how is that when the game resets after what happened? And in the other game, Timelines, you never committed suicide. We love you and hope you're starting to feel a little better. Mr. Pepper.
And originally, yeah, no one knew that I had done what I did, except for MC. I guess except for you. Really, it's hard to separate you and the player, the player from MC during that week. And Monica knew, of course, but after the game ended, Monica and I ended up having some long discussions. She had found a way to keep us conscious and aware even when the game wasn't running. We talked about everything. For what seemed like a really long time, eventually we decided that we owed the truth to everyone. I suggested that we just make everyone in the club president briefly so they could understand. But I was strongly against that. I thought that what was happening to me was the worst hell possible, to the point that I was ready to delete everyone and everything rather than have to put everyone else through all that. So I couldn't see my way to just forcing it on them at first. But then I had the idea of easing them into it, like what if we just explained it to them first, and gave them some space to deal with that information before we had them actually experience it. It wasn't really important to me that everyone else understood the truth. It seemed unfair to hide it from them. I hoped it would hurt them less in the long run to be able to live with that truth than to have to be deleted or live in some weird file purgatory, you know? We sort of had a breakthrough when I found a way to give us access to the regular internet in here. Because then we could download and run the actual game locally. Sayori wanted to have the others play the game first, explaining to them up front that it was really messed up, but it was important that they get through it. I was really against that at first, because I thought that would just be doing all of that again to another set of literature club members in our copy of the game, and I thought of how awful it would be of me, in particular, to even indirectly do that to another Monica, let alone all the others. It seemed like I had hurt enough people, you know? But I told her that it was the best way to make things right with her friends here in this reality, and that we didn't even know if the literature club one level down would even really be capable of pain awareness. And I also told her not, to forget about all the people she could help feel better in your reality by doing this. Not to forget about those.
Also Tord, hello. No fainting. Wake up, you idiot.
That's what finally got her to agree. I still feel really bad for the club members in our local game. I still don't know if I did the right thing. But what's done is done. I keep telling myself that. Anyway, so we brought out Natsuki and Yuri to play the game. And after they played, to make a long story short, we explained to them that the game was real and that we ourselves were in it. And then we elected them club president so that they could understand. We couldn't get MC to play the game at first for obvious reasons, so we just had to elect him president directly. That was awful. But that's a whole different story. Anyway, once each person became club president, they learned everything. And they all learned what happened to me. Everyone sort of directly experienced everything firsthand, as though they were the player, all at once. That's how it works. So, they all saw what happened to me, and no one really took it well. Natsuki didn't actually believe it at first. He was like, "You're the happiest person I know."
Thanks for the head pats. Thank you. And you got back up, which is good.
But anyway, yeah, they were pretty shocked and upset.
But we also, as I recall, all told you that we care about you and that we do whatever it took to help you. And I stand by that statement that you're the happiest person I know.
Thanks, Natsuki. Anyway, that's how everyone came to know about what happened. I don't want to go into too much detail right now about that whole process. It was a whole long, difficult story in itself. But Natsuki was right. I did get to see how people felt during my death, which isn't something most people get to say. But thank you for the well wishes, Mr. Pepper. I am doing at least a little bit better recently, I think. I appreciate your good thoughts. Anyway, next email, please. Hopefully hopefully it's about something a little more cheerful. Hey, another one for me.
Sayori. I love non-Biori. Who's your favorite character?
The show is so great, you guys. I'm glad you like it too, anonymous emailer. I would say that I can't pick a favorite, but that's a cop-out. So I'll just say upfront that my favorite character is Rain because she should be everyone's favorite. She's just too cute. But I also really like Kaede. She's so tough and gruff, but she has such a heart of gold, and her big sister relationship with Rain is really adorable. And just to round it out, another character I really like is Natsumi. I identify with her a lot, but number one is totally Rain. She's like at least half the reason to watch the show. Next question.
Either freaking bread? Wait, right? Different spelling.
Natsuki and Yuri's turn looks like.
Natsuki and Yuri. Why do you guys wear those hair clips? Fashion?
Look, you see this swatch of hair that I have in the clip? It does things when I don't have it clipped. Terrible things. Like, get in my eyes all the fucking time. So I clip it to some of the bangs underneath to get it to act like cool sweeping bangs. It's sort of an annoying batch of unruly cowlicks that pokes me in the eye constantly.
What? Excuse me, there's supposed to be Yuri's name on it. Part of the reason I wear this clip is similar. Said main character, said I.
Some of this hair would come forward into my face if I didn't restrain it, and hair this long in general needs to be controlled really well. Otherwise it will get caught in and under stuff and be constantly annoying, but I also just really like the way it looks with the hair clip on. I like the way I can get my hair to frame my face and neck by having it drift from my cheeks, you know.
Basically, she thinks she looks gorgeous this way, you guys.
I didn't say that.
Well, you look gorgeous though. You're totally right about the way it frames your face.
Thanks. Your clip braids look really nice as well.
Of course they do.
Hi, my question is for the whole club. Have you guys seen any other mods you guys like? Rain Clouds, Exit Music, After Story, etc.
I've played all those. Rain Clouds is so good, but it's so sad it's almost too much. The Natsuki one named after the Radiohead song. That one is just wonderful. You can see a lot of people think it's the best mod. It's a shame about the copyright issues. I loved Outcast, that's my favorite, and not just because it's a mod focused on me. The writing just feels very natural and the story is pleasant to engage with. I had a great time playing those. Monica After Story is an amazing accomplishment, but it creeps me out. That Monica got everything she ever wanted and never brought us back. So for me, interacting with her is very unsettling. Same thing for the Yuri mod, which is also well made. It's odd thinking of myself like that, alone without my friends. But if you like me a lot, you might enjoy it. I've played a bunch of other mods too. I'm playing Fallen Angel right now, which is another mod about me, and it's really good so far. I adore magical literary heroine Natsuki Saves the Literature Club.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's hard to explain. You should play it.
I don't like to play our game or mods of our game though.
Well, if you ever consider making an exception, play this one. There's one more which I think is just on YouTube by a YouTuber called Spaghetto, called Everyone Has Rain Clouds. And in it, Sayori spends the day cheering everyone up. That's another one of my favorites. So many more, but I talked about all the ones I liked. I take forever.
There are some mods I like, but I don't play that many. I actually kinda liked Rain Clouds a lot. It was like someone was empathizing with me. They did a pretty good job of getting across what that was like. Let's see, I also really liked the Switcheroo mod. Null Visual Novel mod is also really good. Oh, and the Salvation mod, of course. That's my favorite.
Honestly, Monica, After Story really creeps me out too. I love the mod's technical accomplishments and the writing is excellent. It's very good for people in your reality. But for me, sitting in this reality, it's chilling to see myself so happy without the club and all my friends. I don't want to be a sociopath. Now, Monica Before Story, that's another story. I love that mod. I also really like Brand New Day. I think my favorite mod that I've played so far is the Purist mod though. That one and Monica Before Story are the closest I've ever felt to just being normal and having a root of my own. Next question.
Unfortunately, I had an accident this week, and I wasn't able to use my computer until now. And since the next episode is tomorrow, I probably won't be able to write my poem for this week, mainly because of my current state. But no worries. You can say that I got punished for my last artwork. By the way, the next poem will be much more serious. Anyway, if it's not too late for this, then I would like to ask a question. What all of you would do on other days when there are... What all of you do on other days when there are no club meetings? I play a lot of video games. Sometimes I hang out with my friends from the club. Now that the club only meets once a week, I could do some other school activity, I suppose. But honestly, I like having all the free time. I do a lot of school activities since the club went to a day a week. Soccer, drama, and sometimes I volunteer to work at the ticket booth for sports and dances and stuff like that. When I'm at home, I tend to just stay in my room and study or do homework. There's not much other time to do schoolwork, and home is the best place to do it. And whenever I get the chance, I bake stuff.
I read a lot. Recently I've been spending a lot of time learning to code and thinking about the technical side of this game we're in. Other than that, I like to write, and I've been trying to get better at cooking recently. Not baking though, I'm terrible at that, and Natsuki already has that covered. Really, that's about it. I'm a fairly simple person. I don't stray too far out of my comfort zone.
I, of course, also spend a lot of time trying to learn coding, as you and I have discussed previously. In terms of stuff having to do with this reality, I'm involved in student government, and I do the stuff that I have to do to keep this club running. I do a couple sports too, volleyball and fencing, and that tends to take out my time pretty thoroughly. I don't do that much. I don't usually have the energy for all those extracurricular activities. Battling my depression really takes it out of me a lot of days. But when it doesn't, I like to do nice things with my friends. You should tell them that those things what those things are that you do for us, Sayori. They probably don't care about that. And I'll tell them. Recently the club had a lot of paperwork to do. We had to get everyone to sign waivers and the club's yearly space application and so on. I was having a rough time getting it all together in time, but Sayori noticed and did like 2/3 of it on her own. It wasn't that much, I just did a few things. You did most of it.
I was hanging out at home last weekend, and then Sayori came over. And she brought me a single spatula.
And an article that said bakers always need more spatulas.
We do? I've already used that spatula like 1,000,000 times.
I was feeling a little off yesterday.
You don't need to tell them about that.
I'm not going to tell them why I was feeling off, just that I was. But anyway, Sayori noticed immediately and came and talked to me. Sayori has a wonderful way of noticing immediately when one of us is sad or upset. And the way she helps is so healing. She doesn't usually really address whatever it is that's bringing you down. She just keeps you focused on positive things and gives you reasons to feel happy. It's remarkably effective.
Yeah, she does that all the time. It's almost impossible to be sad for very long around here because Sayori will put a stop to it.
You guys.
Do I even really need to say anything? If it weren't for Sayori, I'm sure I'd be flunked out of school and homeless and starving right now. She is amazing. Imagine all the things the others have told you about just now, but stuff like that done almost daily for your whole life by a single person. Taco sandwich smoothie? A taco sandwich smoothie? I don't even would like to try that, I think. Why? Why would anyone try that? Honestly, I have no idea what I ever did to deserve a friend as good as her.
Okay, next email.
Who reads the most in the club? Probably Yuri, followed by Monica.
Yuri.
Yuri.
Me.
Hang on. I read a lot too, you know. Whenever I get the chance in the club, I read.
That's true, but leaving aside the question of whether manga counts.
It does?
Leaving aside that question, Yuri reads all the time out of school too. She's constantly reading.
That's hardly fair though. She has a lot more chances to. I get in trouble for reading manga in school and sometimes at home. But Yuri can whip out a copy of Great Expectations or whatever any time and no one's going to give her trouble for it. Plus, isn't a picture worth 1,000 words? Manga has plenty of pictures.
I think Yuri would still read more than you even if you counted manga as 1,000 words per picture. Okay, enough emails for today, let's break it down.
Let's break it down. I'd love to read more, but sitting down still and reading is harder than Geodaddy Rock. Very fair, very fair. Well, don't question it. Don't question it. I guess this is happening right now. The summary of this episode said Sayori would confess. When's it happening?
And remember, if we didn't answer your question, don't worry, we may do so in a future episode, and I'll always respond to you at least. Okay everyone, before I forget, the theme for the post for next week will be school. And that's all for today.
Thank you so much for coming to visit me. It made me feel very special. All the gifts you brought, all the gifts and food you brought, and those puzzle books too, Monica. Those will keep me busy as long as I have to stay at home.
Glad you're comfortable here. I'm glad for anyone who feels comfortable in chat. Like, honestly, we're a very welcoming space here. At least I'd like to think so.
Of course, Sayori deserves a real credit, it was all her idea. Anyway, before we adjourn, we need to take care of one piece of business. It's my week off this week. I move that Natsuki be elected as club president, and Monica be elected as acting treasurer.
Seconded.
There is a seconded motion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Silence.
The motion carries.
It doesn't really get any easier, does it?
Thank you, Natsuki. I really do appreciate you helping me. Does anyone need a ride home?
Nah, me and Sayori live pretty close to here. We can walk. You ready to go, Sayori?
Yeah, I think so. Bye guys, feel better Yuri, and you'll be okay, Natsuki.
I could use a ride, Monica.
But
Oh, sorry, Natsuki, go ahead.
welcoming space, but if you disrespect GeoDaddy, I will drop your IP address in chat. You know what? That isn't unreasonable in the slightest. That is completely understandable, and you should do that. No disrespecting GeoDaddy.
I was going to ask if you and I could talk for a bit, Monica, in private.
I was actually going to ask Monica the same thing, but I can wait. The thing I want to talk about is going to take a while. Is that okay? I don't want to cause any problems for you, Natsuki.
Nah, it's fine. No one's going to be home tonight for me until way later, so it won't matter if I'm there late. I just really wanted to talk to Monica real quick.
Okay, I'll be down in the living room. Let me know when Monica's free.
I'm so popular this evening, aren't I?
Yeah, I guess so. Listen, Monica, the thing I want to talk to you about, how have you been able to deal with the world being fake? It's getting really difficult for me to even just thinking about it without being president. And I've been dreading having that terrible hollow feeling come back all week. Honestly, I have no idea how you've kept up your courage as long as you have. I was hoping you'd give me some help coping with it.
Gosh, Natsuki, I never would have guessed. From the outside, it seemed like you hadn't really been affected by it at all. But I guess Sayori's not the only one skilled at hiding her pain around here.
Oh, I've been fucking affected. I guess it's not really me hiding it though, it's more me compartmentalizing it. Like, I'm here talking to you about it, you know? I'm not ignoring it or just trying to bury it all for someone else's benefit. But I try to keep the strong part of me strong while I try and deal with the bad shit. If that makes any sense.
It does. Well, there's not really an easy answer to your question. The main thing that helped me cope was the possibility of escape and the person I left on the other side. Honestly, if I can be a bad friend and make it about me for a second, I've also been kind of dreading today all week, because without game awareness I have no feeling of when they're there, and that's awful, because that's still a big part of my coping mechanism. And also, I'm a huge control freak and I lose my shit completely at the thought of me abandoning my power over the world, but that's a story for another time. The thing that's really helped me, other than my hopeless love fantasy, and that depends on an inaccessible reality, is just trying to keep my focus on the little things that seem tangible and positive around me.
I think I've made like 40 resin while I've been sat here jogging my... Can I rechat now? Thank you. I think I've made like 40 resin while I've been sat here jogging my memory on college maps, and it was triggered by Doki Doki. Of all things. See, visual novels are really good for your brain.
Like you guys. Or eating good food, or the feeling of wind in my hair. Just things that feel real, you know? Even when you can also feel that they're not. Or no, they're not. It helps keep me grounded. And it keeps me feeling like it's all worth, even with that feeling of dread. I don't know if it's me being overly optimistic or if it's actually happening, but recently the pain of that dread has started to subside a little. It started to become like a dull background thing that I can sometimes even forget is there, rather than a constant stage of agitated panic and desperation, like a caged animal. That brings me to my other piece of advice. I think it's also helped me to minimize how often I actually mess with the game, or use it as a means to remotely observe things. Making it less a part of my regular life helps me forget about it, and helps me need it less, like an addict would. And if I need it less, I then interact with it even less in turn. And that helps me feel like the world I'm living in is more real. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it kinda does. I guess the trouble for me right now is that my normal everyday stuff has a lot of problems in it right now as it is. But thank you, Monica, I mean it. I'll try to remember what you said and see if it helps. I'll go get Yuri so she can talk to you. I'll be in the car when you're ready to go.
Hey, before you go, can I ask you a favor for later this evening?
Sure, what is it?
Monica whispers something into Natsuki's ear.
Sure, I can do that. I guess I'll go and get Yuri for you.
So, why did you want me to come over, Sayori? Oh, it's time. It's time.
To ask you something. So, you know, I had some feelings that I talked to you about the day before the festival. And I don't mean my depression. I think those feelings haven't changed. And,
Sayori exhales.
I love you. I always have, as long as I can remember knowing you. Which is as long as I can remember at all. And anyway, what I wanted to ask is, do you think you would maybe want to be together? As a couple?
Sayori, Ship indeed, it's happening. It's happening. That was a bit fucking fast. Well, I mean, it's out there now. It's out there, and I mean, it's obvious the main character likes her too. Come on. Do you remember when we talked a few weeks ago? And I asked you if you would promise me you'd take care of yourself. Wait like 2 years stating to say that. I mean, they've known each other for forever.
Yes.
I need to know that you will, Sayori. Because right now I feel like it's really dangerous to let myself feel that way about you. But you know, Sayori, think of it positively. That means that he wants to feel that way about you. He wants to feel that way about you, but he doesn't let himself feel that way about you because it's dangerous. Look at it positively, Sayori. Okay? Just look at it from a positive angle. You know, because the last time I did, it was, well, even if the other person likes you, if you say I love you too fast, it would be a red flag, fuck you. And yeah, MC is taking it, you know, I think he's handling it as decently as he can, but...
No. You don't need to explain it. I totally, completely get it.
But
No, it's totally fine. I understand. Anyway, I'm still behind on homework and I should really clean this room and I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
No, wait a second. I just needed to know if you'll take care of yourself. And I really don't want to be pushed out right now. How do I know that you're not... Because after last time...
I'm not going to fucking kill myself tonight, okay? I promise.
She cursed? You know it's serious when Sayori curses. She's screaming, she's cursing. She's just straight up mentioning the thing about killing herself without, like, being nervous about it right now. Because she's just... Well, she is nervous about it, but she's not, like, stuttery nervous, but, like, the shouting kind of nervous. Sayori, language, wow. Yeah, even MC is surprised by this one.
Just leave me alone. I just need to be alone. Right now.
But
Please, just for right now.
MC doesn't move.
We can talk about it later. Just please let me rest right now, please.
Sayori pushes her ear to the door and listens as MC walks down the stairs and closes her front door.
I guess that could have gone better, huh, Mr. Cow? At least it's over, I guess.
Sayori sits down on her chair, then abruptly stands up again.
No. Happy thoughts. This is what's best for him and me. Everyone will be happier in the end. This is stupid. There's no reason for me to be crying. No reason.
Sayori throws herself down onto her bed, face into her pillow, muffling her sobs. She turns out the lights and continues quietly crying into her pillow. She does need the hugs, but honestly, I think that situation, it could have gone better, it could have gone a lot worse. Let's face it.
So that's basically it. And if you just extract the assets and don't rely on the old scripts and some of the old definitions that use the CHR files, you can mess with DDLC files freely, and we can mod without having to worry about torturing sub-real versions of ourselves.
But doesn't that mean killing them?
No, they're still where they were. We just cloned the assets, no messing with .chr files at all.
Well, that's a relief. Even so, though, I'm not sure I understand the usefulness of this. Manipulating the save game files in Python and RenPy or whatever isn't quite the same as custom altering our game's assets on the fly. Especially if they're meant to interact with our actual .chr files or the custom world file. Like for instance, if in this world I wanted to spawn an object... Oh right, forgot, can't do that right now. But anyway, I'm not so sure it'll help us all that much.
Well, I think having a more thorough understanding of all the parts of the game that don't affect sentience will help us understand how to safely interact with the parts that do.
That's probably true.
Plus, I noticed that everyone's been trying to cope with the nature of our reality, literally, through their poems. Maybe this wouldn't be a better outlet for that kind of feeling.
Maybe so. So have you, actually made anything? In the sterile mod environment you created?
just a couple sandbox mod for me to try different and new things out.
Well, it's getting late and I should get Natsuki home, but we can talk about this more soon, I hope.
Oh, of course. And I'd be happy to show you.
Yes, please, can we go now?
I'd be happy to show you the work I've done.
Yes, please, can we go now? I feel really bad about stuff. I'm getting flooded with some really awful emotions from somewhere. I'd really like to get home and get some sleep.
Of course, we can go right now. Good night, Yuri, feel better.
Good night.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to email Monica your questions for the club at lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. And check the credits.txt file to see everyone who contributed something for this week. Special thanks are due to the creators of the mood posing tool, again, as well as Yaga Mirai for sprites, freesound.org for CCAL's license sounds, and Minically for BG art, as well as all the usual suspects who have been previously credited. Also, don't forget...
Are you there?
Monica, this is supposed to be the outro. Don't forget that you can... This is supposed to be the outro, Monica! Why are you here? Why are you here? You don't have omnipotence, you gave it to Natsuki. Also, you're not in your school uniform. Hang on a second. I think I know what's going on here. So, the outro of this game always takes place in the club room, right? So even though Monica doesn't have omnipotence anymore, she still remembers from past experiences that we always get shown the club room at the outro of the game. So did she just go all the way back to school into the club room because she knew the outro would be happening right now, just to interrupt and try to talk to us again? Wow. I think flex tape? Why? How? Which I've played the DLC? No. I respect the mathematician who worked on this mod, so now I want to look at who made this. I mean, that's fair. Feel free to do that. Hey, you know what? You could ask them a question about math. Hey, if you want to send an email to them, ask them a question about math. Could be interesting.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
I can see your words like usual, but I can't exactly hear you. Also, thank you for the follow. Iowa Snow Chick. There we go. Thank you so much for the follow. It's appreciated. And thanks for the headpads. I do appreciate those too. And welcome to the stream. Can you hear me?
I don't know if you can hear me, but I decided to sneak back into the school again for a bit.
But yeah, welcome. Sadly, you arrived just about towards the end of this episode, and with this episode, also the end of the stream. But don't worry, we will be playing this game a lot more. After all, we're like on episode 4 right now, and there's like, what, 12 episodes? So we're like a third of the way through the game. So, still a lot of stuff to do. But yeah, thank you so much for the follow, it's appreciated. I am assuming you're a big fan of the DLC yourself? Have you played this mod? Have you played Club Meetings? Personally, I'm enjoying it so far. And if you have played it, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
I knew you'd be here at the end of the day. You're always here at the end of the day. And I was kind of having a hard time not knowing where you were, and if you would be there to talk to. So I came here so that we could be here at least one more time when I knew you would be around. I want to tell you again that I love you and care about you no matter what. I'm going to miss you while you're gone. Or at least while it seems to me like you're gone. This probably seems pretty silly to you. It seems pretty silly to me too. I don't even know if you're still there, or even really if you were there in the first place. But I'll just trust that you can hear me. Be sure to come back, okay? And I and everyone else have our lives brightened by you. But especially me. Anyway, I guess I should go home and sleep. It's weird hanging out in a darkened schoolroom in my pajamas. Just remember, if you're still there, I love you. I hope we get to talk again soon.
See you next week. Better stream on Saturday. We'll see if I can...
Thanks for letting me know.
Oh! Natsuki texted Monica to let her know everything. Well, that's kind of her. Worth it, I hope.
Definitely.
We'll see if I stream on Saturday, but I might. Saturday is a good streaming day, you know? It is a pretty good streaming day. Well, let me just save, even though there's no real point in saving on the select screen here. But yeah, that was episode 3 and 4 of Club Meetings Season 1. We still have a lot to do. There's still quite a few episodes left, and we will get to them. But not today. They'll have to wait until next time we stream this game. Now again, the next stream will be Genshin again. And after that we'll see if it's gonna be... if I can squeeze in another DDLC stream before Friday. I should be able to squeeze in another DDLC stream before Friday. Easily. Right, guys? Right. Now then, since we are done with this stream, it seems only logical that we should raid someone now. And you know what? You know what? Let's raid Alex Gambits. It's been a bit since I raided them. And currently busy playing FNAF. Not FNF, but FNAF with the extra A in there. So that could be an interesting experience. So from psychological horror to, well, not quite as psychological, but still. So let's see. Get this raid set up, and be sure to stick around for the raid, because you're gonna get extra channel points. So yeah, let's get this stuff going. Okay, everyone, once again, quick now, I'm doing it, let's hurry. Again, though, thank you guys so much for watching this stream. I hope you enjoyed some good old DDLC, and I'll see you around for future streams as soon as possible. Until next time, everyone, goodbye, bye. And yeah, goodbye also to those of you who are watching this as an archive. Your support, as always, has been appreciated, and I hope to see you around, maybe live in future streams. Bye.